All right. Giggity, giggity.
I'm not feeling the
Yeah, going on.
Hey, hold on. I wasn't expecting you to have me. I was looking for you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just making sure that we were all on the same page.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you know. I did change out the microphone stand from the one that, that weird, the boom arm one. I got one that was more just a regular mic stand because I got tired of messing with it.
I get you. You got to put it in like the perfect spot, or else it screws you up the whole time.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. What a freaking day.
It has been a day.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I did not expect all of what happened this afternoon to happen. Everything was sunshine and rainbows and puppy dog tails, and then it was just all of a sudden torrential downpour and flooding and having trouble getting around to get my kid, and it was a lot.
Yeah, I bet. You guys had real bad weather.
So what happened was literally it was just a line of storms, and all of a sudden it rained probably easily 2 to 3, possibly even upwards of 4 inches in minutes. So it was flash flooding. There's no preparing for that. You know what I mean? So as I'm driving to daycare, the building I work on is on the side of a hill. Actually, it's kind of sliding off a hill. The floor. Yeah. Literally half the building is going to split at some point. Not good. They were fixing the floor again because you can't move a Hoyer lift over a crack without it tipping. So, anyway, I'm on the side of a hill, so I get down to the bottom of this hill to get out. It's right by Mount Airy Forest, for anybody that's in Cincinnati. Anyway, so I'm driving through Mount Airy Forest because you can kind of cut through, and literally just the parts of the road was washed out. I was like, oh, shit. So our daycare flooded their basement, had an inch of water by the time I got there, and literally it bubbled up through the concrete.
Oh, wow.
Into their basement. I was like, oh, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
No, not good. Crap. I was like, oh, no. My daycare's like, what? And I'm like, that means that shit is right underneath your foundation.
Oh, yeah, there's no way to get around that shit.
No. I mean, granted, they're on the side of a hill as well. I mean, that's a theme of Cincinnati. Everybody lives on the side of a hill. I don't know. If you're from here, you might get it, but yeah. That's kind of a thing here.
It's the weirdest hills have eyes thing that's ever happened.
Yeah. I don't know. Cincinnati's not quite that bad. I mean, we're not West Virginia, but I mean, I can see it's close proximity to Kentucky. There might be confusion.
I'm not going to say no.
I know people are always like, you're in Kentucky. No, maybe.
Slightly.
A little bit. Hold on. I don't like these as much.
I get
these
you.
are annoying. I have more than one pair because they bug me. So anyway, but yeah, it was a lot trying to get my kid. And then I had to go to Meijer because I realized I don't have, I have a mouse and lap and keyboard, but I'd rather not type on a laptop. I'd rather have a freestanding, and I really don't want to find the dongle on the back of my computer, and I'd rather just have two. So I was like, let me just go to Meijer and get one. And my kid throws an epic shit fit in Meijer, and I'm like, she started yelling, and I was so angry because I was like, you're gonna get me arrested, because she kept yelling that I wasn't her mom.
Oh my God.
I was like, no, don't do that. Oh my God, what are you doing? I was like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Like, no way. That is like,
Diabolical? Yeah, I have a Scorpio. Yeah, she's a Scorpio.
Yeah, but that's rough even for a Scorpio, honestly.
I know. I'm like, God, you are gonna be hell on wheels. Like, oh, you are manipulative sometimes. Like, oh,
Oh,
I'm
teenage years
trying.
for her are gonna be real
Oh
fun.
God.
You are fucked. Invest in Xanax now.
Oh, I wish I could.
Well, maybe not, because sometimes kids are like real horrible when they're younger, and then the second teenage puberty hits, and then they mellow out a little bit.
I hope so, because my God, like I'm like, girlfriend, you cannot be doing this shit. Like you're gonna get me arrested.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, we're at our local Meijer, so people recognize me and they know that she's been with me before. So I'm like, this is my child, but still.
God, no, that would immediately make my butthole pucker for real.
Absolutely. I was like, you are going to get me in some serious trouble. Because, of course, she looks just like her dad. She doesn't look like me. Like, I mean, to a degree she does, but you know what I'm saying. Like, she looks, boom, she looks just like her dad. And then with me sprinkled in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I get it because I mean, I get
it's
it.
the blonde hair, blue eyes that they both have that I do not, which is fine, but she has my nose. I'd be like, look, it's the nose. The nose is the same.
I was like, please don't hate me.
Side
Please.
profiles are the same. Yeah. But yeah, when she started screaming that I wasn't her mom, I was like, oh no.
God, no, that's so
Terrible.
dangerous.
Mhm. I know. I absolutely know. I'm like, oh my God. And I think she meant like she was trying to say I wasn't a girl. And I'm like, that's fine. That's not even up for debate. That's fine. But when she was like, you're not even my mom, I was like, oh God, you're going to get me in trouble. You are really going to get me in trouble.
It's like, today doesn't feel like a good day to get arrested, kid. Can we not do this today?
Mm-hmm. And then I get home and my older dog ate a baby bunny. I was like,
Oh
why?
man,
Why? I was like, oh God, no.
the basket is basketing.
Yeah, it's so basketing. It's bad. Like, and then, yeah, I don't know why Cincinnati is flooding so bad, but we are. First, I thought, well, I mean, the part that flooded initially was like they said it was a floodgate that didn't open for some reason, but they still have to do an investigation on it because it could have just been mechanical failure. They don't know why it failed. So, but that flooded an area on the east side last week, and then I was on the west side. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck, but I know that. Okay, so where our daycare is right by where my grandmother's house was when I was a kid. So like she didn't live there towards the end of her life, but she did when I was a little kid. So I'm very familiar with this creek that she lived near, which is right by my daycare, like literally right down the street. It was really creepy when they moved to this house because I was like, oh no, this is where grandma lived. It just reminds me of my grandma all the time. And I hate driving past there, but it's whatever. Anyway, there's a creek behind this trailer park that my grandma lived in. Yeah, it was a trailer park. It was senior living, whatever. Anyway, it's normally a trickle. It was like a raging river. So it's coming from probably all around us. And I'm sure flash flooding for the Ohio and like Mill Creek and some of the other like areas is going to be a problem because it's been raining. Like it's not even that it's rained a lot. It's just that it's rained like a fuck ton at once and then nothing.
I don't get you every time. I don't. We
Yeah.
had like it was storming this morning. My youngest got called off of work because of the weather because he does
Right.
blacktop, so you can't work through the blacktop. But like it stopped maybe 10 o'clock, and it was so hot that it was dry like the rest of the day. So I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really know what to do with this, but this is what you get, kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but he stayed off the rest of the day, so whatever. But
Right. No, I get it. I totally get it. It's like, I don't know, like at least I can work from home now if I have to. So I had to go tell my boss as soon as I got the text that daycare was not going to be open for the rest of the week. Got permission to work from home. it's just so yeah. But I had to get like now at least I have it if I ever need to. But like thing to hold the laptop
Oh, yep.
so I can at least have a desk because I actually write. Like I have notes and stuff that I take. So it's like one of those where, I need to have a surface to write on my actual desk. So, but yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just like, what the fuck kind of a day. Like everything was sunshine, rainbows. And I looked out and I'm like, oh shit. And then it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. Boom. Everything changed.
Yeah, no, it was like I saw the weather patterns, and they were supposed to hit all through the whole pit, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
No,
The whole shoot match. Yeah.
yeah, did not hit like. We were talking to Mel this afternoon, and she even said that they had storms all night, we had storms all night, and then it was nothing. Oh, what'd you do?
I did nothing. It completely mucked up again.
Your head is down.
Yeah, you're gone.
I'm gone?
Oh yeah.
No, you're gone.
Oh.
I see your.
I'm gonna send you a picture of what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, I'll do that same thing, cause like this is what you look like. It's what you look like.
Oh, well, you can probably just see my hair that's just leaving the chat expeditiously. Again, for whatever fucking reason. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I see it like even on the phone. I can see me. I see the same thing as what I sent
All
you.
right. Do you want me to get out and get back in?
I don't know. Can you just move your screen back? Like your. There you go.
Kind of, but I can't see you at all.
You can't see
like,
me?
I don't see. No, look at what I sent you from Signal. That's literally what I can see.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you want me to get out and then I can come back in. I don't know why it's doing that. That way you can keep the chat open.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll just reinvite you.
Okay, let me. Oh, hold on. How do I do this without ending the line? Am I the host or are you?
I don't know.
I don't.
I thought I hit co-host for you. So
you should be the host, right?
I should be. No promises.
Okay. Well, if not, sorry, people. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
If hopefully Nova just stays. So
We'll figure it out.
all right. Let me just exit.
See what it says. We should still be good. Yep, it's just me. Here I am. All right, no big deal. We've done worse. Let me re-invite them real quick. See what happens. I don't know why it does that. Oh, now it says they're offline. Oh well. Well, we'll get back to everything in just a second here. Give us just a minute. Reboot and all that jazz, I guess. That's such a weird. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm dead convinced the system hates us to death because I can't figure out any other reason for it to do this. No reason. None at all. Well, let me take a pressure second here. All right, right here. Well, sorry about that. God. I'm not sure what's going on. I know for a fact that TikTok really hates us to death. I'm just dead convinced of it. There's nothing you can say or do to make it any better for me. It does not want us to play nice or play well with others or for something or some reason. don't know why. Hopefully it doesn't cause too many problems. We can jump right back together and get right back up here where we started. Do do do. Gonna be like you. Gonna walk like you, talk like you. Yep, for the fun of it, I just sang the Jungle Book. So, here we go.
Hey,
Howdy.
cool. All right. Well, that's better. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know, cause it gets I'm like every so often it just mechs up like that, and you're like, what the heck? So, but yeah, no, the background is I like the the little logo.
I try to make it a little less like way across the top, so like maybe that
Right.
wouldn't get pushed. But I mean,
Yeah,
God only knows now.
yeah, yeah, cause like.
Already starting.
Somebody
the fun.
really do what?
Said we're already starting the fun.
I know. Somebody really decided to just dive into that pool, huh?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Well, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, like, I mean, Daddy Dumpy Pants there decided, hey, I'm just gonna triple, quadruple backflip on down, and own this particular type of controversy.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. They're. Like I sit there every day and I listen to the news and I see the things that are going on and I'm like, what the fuck? How is this even? It's not even logical at this point. You know what I mean? Like the way they just talk and they're doing shit and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna get up on the stage here and talk about 2020 and interference and all this shit and like here I'm gonna release all these documents and they point right to Russia like he's.
Yeah.
What? Like, do you have a lick of sense? And like, but they eat it up. Like his whole fucking crew just eats it all up. Like that was the wisest choice we could have ever made. And then you send, Cross-eyed Patel over there to hang out right before the election. And I'm like, what is going on?
Well, and that's where I think like Kash Patel. I think, girl, you in danger. Like I don't know how else to say it, but. That's a bold choice on his part. Like, you couldn't pay me to do that. Like, fuck that.
No, not even close. It's gonna get so much worse before it gets better too. Like,
especially after the Lady Lindsay last week. Like, that's still kind of up in the air of what happened there.
I am not convinced. Just the timing and everything, that the way that all went down, I'm not convinced. And I'm not saying that anything necessarily nefarious happened, so to speak, but
yeah, it would be really hard to cause that. Like, that's the one thing. Like, don't get me wrong, is it sus? Sure, but it would be super freaking hard to cause an aortic dissection. Like, if that's the actual COD.
Right, that's the part that's I think for me is a little bit more sus. And
yeah, no, I'm not, don't get me wrong. The whole thing all around is a little bit like, I don't know, just because the sister getting the seat, like, I mean, it could be a John Ritter situation, but I don't know.
It feels too planned.
Yeah.
For me, personally.
Yeah, I can see that.
It feels too, especially after what was said. Like, if nothing was said, it would be a whole nother conversation. But the fact that something was said.
Oh, when he made his little like, when he did his little victory lap.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
No, bro, you've got
You've got no time left.
No.
You better not challenge gravity or get near a big open window.
Right. And he didn't even have to do that. He went. God only knows.
Right.
But that whole thing is so. It's. I struggle with it so bad because I feel like this is the worst. Okay, let me give you an example. So, for my wife's 40th birthday, and this is a saying that we say around my house a lot, so I will let you in on it, so if you know what's going on. But so my wife's 40th birthday, I wanted to throw her a party, but her birthday is in like the first week in January. The weather's always effed up, like it's always when we get snowed in.
Right.
And because it's right after Christmas and stuff, not a lot of people. It's not usually like. It's kind of one of those left out ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the way that everything hits and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna throw her a 40th birthday party. But I'm not gonna throw it in January because one, weather always fucks us, and two, that just seems too obvious. I'm gonna throw it at random. So I decided to do an October birthday party for her. So I did a 39 3/4 birthday.
Oh, wow.
But like it had a whole spiel worked out, like with her best friend and everything, and like she was gonna go to like a gymnastics tournament, and then like they were gonna have to stop and pick up something for one of the kids at the place that I had the party actually like being hosted, because it wasn't at our house. I had friends that went shopping for us and picked stuff up and like helped me set up, and like we had the whole thing, like everything was planned, everything was great, nobody gave anything away. But we're telling this story to my friend's son Henry, and Henry's an awesome kid. I love this kid. And he's like, so wait, what's going on? And I was like, well, Ten's holding the story again, and he goes, guys, this cover up is paper thin. Like there's no way she's not gonna know what's going on. She honestly had no fucking clue. Like we pulled it off without like a thing. Like she walked up to the building and walked in and was like, holy shit, like and it doesn't help that it was October. So it was like months before.
Well, yeah, you're not going to think it's your birthday party months ahead of time.
No, but she had no clue, and it worked out well, and it wasn't like the embarrassing surprise party. It was just like, hey, look, everybody's here for your birthday.
Right.
I had like we found one of those old cake pans that were like Care Bear, and I had it like that was her birthday cake, and I got cupcakes for, like it was awesome. I'm still impressed with myself that I pulled the whole damn thing off. But the way Henry was like, this whole story is paper thin. That's what I think about every day with this damn fucking like regime and everything that they're pulling off and everything that's going on, and like seriously, like how do we just keep doing this? How do we just sit here and let him get up there and talk and say things? And did you see the video where he stole one of the medals at the FIFA?
I didn't, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like he had one in his hand and he shoved it in his coat as he walked away. I'm like, he's a fucking toddler. Terry.
Oh, he's here. I didn't even see him pop in. No,
Yep.
I can't like see half of the people that joined for whatever reason. I don't know why.
You're all good. You're all good. I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, we should probably start. It's that time.
Oh shit, we never even said anything. We just bumped into the world and everything gets kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, it's been a weird day. Let's just put it that way.
Man, the basket is basketing, and that's all I got
So
to
is,
say
my God.
about all that
Like
shit.
Barbeau, my God, dude. So, anyway, welcome to the Unconsenting Governed. My name's AJ.
And I am Nova.
And so we were going to talk about a little bit of corruption. a little bit.
A little bit. It doesn't
little
stop
bit.
at a little bit anymore. Jesus Christ.
My God. Like, I feel like this is one of those situations where it's like literally they're going to take everything that isn't nailed down, like quite literally.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is nailed to the wall. And even then, if it's plated in gold, he's going to steal it.
But he had super glue out, putting all that shit up on the wall.
Nice.
That was in the
Of course he used super glue. Why?
in the regime change book. They literally had like they caught him with super glue in like one of his gold fucking things, and he was putting it on the wall. you, you guys are how?
Oh, it's I don't know if it's the emblems that he picks or if it's just like the shape slash the fake gold, like clearly gold spray paint that gets to me.
Sometimes I think they don't even like spray paint it anymore. Some like I know a lot of it they did, but like when he needs to do arts and crafts for his therapy hour, I feel like they just give him the gold paint markers. Like, stay in the lines, buddy. And he's like, oh, the back of my hand? No, the lines.
Maybe that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what that It's where he missed. He couldn't
He
stay
was
in the
like, ah! I've never missed like that.
Well, I mean, there's a first for everything. What can we say?
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's I just feel like I feel like it's the world's worst used car sale ever. Like they're not even trying to hide it at the pump and dumps. God, it's like everything. Why is everything got to be a scheme? Why? What kind of
What else they gotta
fuckery?
do? Like,
Right?
run the government? That's dumb. I'd rather.
I know, right? I think they really honestly thought that AI was really going to do a lot of that.
They just had one of their court hearings, and they listed oh god, like, you know, in the middle of a court hearing, you're like, in case, you know, so and so versus Ohio or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They listed one that was not real, and the judge caught it and was like, you can't, like, the clearly was, and like put in the whatever findings the judge had, and if it was a rebuttal, I'm not 100% sure, but was like, and this court case doesn't even exist. It's clearly written by AI.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what
That's
are you
insane.
doing?
Hold on. I have a small child paging.
Oh,
me.
you're good.
I'm so sorry. Again, the basket is basketing.
It's basketing.
Oh my god.
Please enjoy the music while your party is being reached. I don't have hold. I need to get hold music. That would be fucking hilarious. AJ would find that shit later, and it would like, what the fuck did you do that for? I'd wait for it. From the window. Oh, you didn't even have your. Oh, so sad.
Okay. Sorry about that. She was yelling my name just to say, "Well, I love you."
Why I oughta.
Yeah.
Well,
especially after earlier today.
that's what I mean.
Scorpio.
Like that's. Like,
God dang. I'm so screwed.
you missed
So
all.
screwed.
You missed all of it. It was good. You came in right from the window again.
I know. Well, from the window to the wall.
Exactly what I was thinking.
So, what did I miss?
Oh, me talking to myself? That was good time.
Okay.
Oh, no.
all right.
I just did that comment, but I was like, please enjoy the music while our party was being reached. And then I was like, I need to get play music, like some hold music.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I have the Spotty place usually up.
I didn't even think about it. I don't have it so that like I can run apps through the microphone. Just because.
Yeah, I have the sound card. That's why.
Yeah.
Somebody's requesting to join.
Who?
I don't know. Oskitsky?
No idea.
I don't know. They're gone now. I don't know. There was no picture. That always kind of makes me nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see if this does anything. Go back. Anyway. Not now. I was just trying to see if I could get Liberty up there and do a three-way again, but I'm not even gonna. Not even gonna worry about it.
Oh.
No, because it said it will dump you, and I don't want it to dump you.
That's weird.
I don't like
Is
the
it
way it
because I
does
have the
that.
logo?
No, just because it's set up as co-host and not multi. I'd
Oh.
have to like go in as
Oh, so if we have somebody come up, we have to switch over. Okay. So
yeah.
yeah, that's why we're not trying to let people come up right now. Just for a bit until we get through the beginning of it, and then we could maybe switch. But anyway, so yeah, so the corruption is corruptioning. I feel like at this point, it's not even, they're not even trying to hide it. And I feel like what you sent me gives me a little bit of hope that maybe, just
Oh
maybe they're
yeah.
all starting to figure out what's going on. And I mean, it's about time. I think enough chest beating and being like, we're not going to do this, and then turn around and do exactly what you said you weren't going to do. You can only do that so many times to any group of people before they're going to start to not really support you.
Yeah, yeah. Laura Loomer, and I don't know if any of our viewers, listeners, friends, family, whoever, saw the tweet, but
Yeah.
tweeted that just experienced my first air raid in Ukraine. Sirens blaring. This is every day for Ukraine. For every day for Ukrainian. I feel like such an asshole for minimizing the struggle of Ukrainians for the last 5 years. I often say I don't care. Looking back, it wasn't very nice of me to say. There are people in Ukraine who have to run to a bomb shelter every day, and some of us have had the audacity to say that Russia wasn't wrong because we believe the lie that Ukraine is a country full of Nazi sympathizers. We have been so propagandized by Russia, and we didn't even realize it.
Well, by we, like, strong
Clearly,
emphasis on.
yeah, you.
Yeah, you didn't understand, but we got the assignment. We understood what was going on.
Yeah, we smelt it coming a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and I feel like there are, and this could be my tinfoil. I mean, I know that there's proof behind it, but I feel like there's two groups of them that hang out in the house that was white is now gold. um,
In the gold house.
yeah, in the gold house, there's two groups of them. There are um, the Putina clan
Mm-hmm.
group, and then there's the Noodle Udle group, and they don't always know which ones, but they're both propagandized, and they're both just fed that lie back and forth, and so they just believe, and it's like they're all dedicated on it, whatever team they are, but because it's the one thing that MAGA does well that we don't do, and I'm gonna say that it probably has a lot to do with like logical thinking skills and things like that, but being able to not become such the echo chamber that they're all just repeating the same exact things over and over again. So they hear one thing, let's say Laura hears one thing from whoever, she throws it back up on blast, and then they all throw it back up on blast, and so they're all uniformed that way. Where we're more like, no, think of the children. No, think of, the marginalized communities. No, think of this person. No, we can't, SA people. No, we can't,
Right.
keep dead people in office. Whatever the case may be, but, we're all kind of a little bit more all over the place and not necessarily throwing the same message out there every single time.
Yeah, and I think that that's kind of part of the challenge on the left is that we're not always on the same page, and we don't always come from the same place. And I think if anything, that's why we infight more, because we all have different experiences and they're all valid, and we're all kind of trying to not necessarily push anything forward, but just make ourselves heard. But like, we're on the right, it's such a monolith sometimes.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's like they're all the same flavor, shade, thought process, thinking skills.
Botox.
That Mar-a-Lago face, whatever the fuck that is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the main character from the movie Saw.
Yeah. It's scary.
Little bit. Yeah, you couldn't pay me for the. No. But and some of it probably is Ozempic. People that don't need to be taking Ozempic. That's the other part of it too. But it's just one of those that I feel like there's just a lot less variety on the right, and that's probably why they are able to come together so much quicker. but that's not always a good thing long term. Like, they're more prone to colossal F ups because they're more, I think they're more, when they're in their echo chamber, it's harder for them to even realize that there's an outer world. Like, that's why I think so many of them were so invested in whatever was said, you know, in their own, and that's why they really believed it. They never even thought to look outside the box, they never thought to look outside of it. Where with us, it's like, you know, we can have 17 different opinions, all from, you know, one particular type of person on the left.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and then that's just one of however many different varieties. And the unfortunate thing is when you have a situation where there's so many different people coming from so many different angles, so many different races and flavors and thoughts, is it does take a long time to get to the answer, but more often than not, it's the safest, it's the most inclusive, it's the most long-lasting, stable answer, but people don't always want to wait to get there either. So,
No, you're not wrong at all. It's kind of a little bit. It's so frustrating.
yeah,
We do
it
have a
is.
lot more in fighting and things like that because of all of that stuff, and there's even a large group of us, and I would say even almost on a regular basis, that are fighting online because a group of people are saying that, you know, this person doesn't deserve my vote because they're not going to do anything for me. But the choice is like we're kind of stuck in this super rock and hard place where it's like, um, if you don't vote for the person who didn't directly say they're going to come and help you out specifically or your group of people out specifically, then you're going to convince a whole group of people not to vote, and that whole group of people who's not going to vote is going to not vote, and then we're just handing the ticket over to the wrong party. So like we're just stuck in that. It's like that back and forth battle. Yes, hold your candidates and or your primary candidates or wherever you are in your thing, hold them to the fire, but that doesn't mean don't vote for them unless they're like Fetterman. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, or Graham Plattner now.
right,
That would have been bad.
right. But I mean, hold them to the fire. Like once they're in office, hold them to the fire. Make sure they are going to help and represent you. Ask them the questions while they're at town halls and stuff, and do all the things. But just because they haven't necessarily touched on the things that are specific to you
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that they're not still looking out for the better interest. It's really sucks because we're stuck in that like lesser of two evils world sometimes. And it's like, okay, if you're not going to vote for the blue team this time, so you're just going to let the red team take it. So your choices are somebody who may not actually like do a whole lot for you versus the group of people who want to fucking hunt you. Like, I don't understand why this is a choice.
Exactly. Like, that's what's getting to me too. Like, and I've said it so many times, like at work and stuff. Like, if I don't show up, there's something wrong. Like, if I don't show up and you don't know about it, you know, there's something wrong. And it's like then they'll turn around and say, or somebody will say, not always in the same conversation. They'll say, "Oh, do you really think she would have been better?" Yeah, because I wouldn't have had to tell you or remind you that if I don't show up to work, that there's a problem. Like, we wouldn't have even had to have that exchange because it would have been known that something's wrong. But now, this is where we're at. And the other thing that kind of gets me or makes me worry is that now that the World Cup's over, that shit's about to get real violent. And not necessarily but from people, you know, like the things that were happening, like what was happening in Minneapolis this winter might start again now that we don't have visitors.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous. It also makes me nervous because there's a fair amount of anti-LGBT rhetoric in several states that's heading towards being law. And some of it is really, and I think they're flirting with making terrorism charges and things like that something that might happen. So
Yeah.
That's the shit that scares me. To be completely blunt, it scares the shit out of me. So,
And you're not, and I'm say it because people act like it all the time, but you're not overreacting. Like, we have not been overreacting. We've been warning. We've been doing everything in our power to send out the flare, so to speak, to give people, I don't know, like, I don't know, here's your flag, here's your warning, here's your thought pattern, like, this is what we're seeing, this is what they actually freaking wrote in a damn book that they published is gonna happen.
That's a sad thing.
And
they printed it in a book and people didn't even bother to look at it.
No, and people still act like there's like it's overreacting and stuff all the time, and that pisses me off because it's like, no, we're here. You're just not at the step where it's affecting you.
Right.
And
absolutely.
The difference between voting for, we'll use this as an example because it's a hot topic example, but like, you're not gonna vote for James Tellerico, which means you're just gonna hand it over to Ken Paxton.
Unfortunately, in that case, yeah, that's a really narrow margin, so there's a good chance that that's going to happen regardless.
Like, what are you actually gaining by not voting for James?
Nothing.
Like,
but
yes,
at the
I
same
understand we want to break the two-party system. We want to break all these rules and make it so that, like, you really do feel like the best candidates are going to be up there and representing you and everything else, but like, there are days where I'm like, it's not the time when there already are just the two to choose from. It's not the time. Like, your time was primaries. That's when you throw the fit and you start the fight. But now that we're here, like, do you really think they don't have a problem doing the same thing in Texas as they did in Minneapolis?
I think they might have a harder time in Texas just because there's more people that are armed. But that's literally the only reason.
Unless all the people who are armed in Texas, or a larger majority of them, are people that would
be red, yeah. Allegedly, though. Because, just like land, your house doesn't necessarily vote. You know what I mean? Like, it may be that those are also counties where things were maybe relocated to other parts of the country.
Right.
So it's hard to say. But I feel like I think the overall vibe, it is, to throw the temper tantrum, but it's also to accelerate the inevitable decline. But you're really playing Russian roulette.
Right.
When you do that. Like, we all know that we need to rebuild and start over, burn it to the ground, blah, 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 blah. Yes. But there's a responsible way to do that, and there's an irresponsible way to do that. The responsible way to do that would be to let us go into the recession that's going to happen because his policies are hot trash, and basically let it be whatever it's going to be. Defend your neighbors, defend the people that you love, blah, blah, blah. Do it the right way. Or what they're trying to do is vote for the worst case scenario, not realizing that they could be the one in the camp, that their spouse, loved one, kid, whoever could end up being the one that gets sent off to whatever insert, however variety, whether it's farm camp with RFK Jr. or if it's, a camp of concentrated individuals. But to them, their thought process is, it's not going to affect me, but it is. It's going to affect all of us, because even if you are the right shade, the right religion, guess what? More often than not, you or your spouse works with other people.
Right.
What's going to happen when those people don't show up to work? Yeah. Do you think that they're going to hire people immediately? No. You're going to be doing their work too.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, well, there's a door.
Yeah. And it's not, I guess it's not.
I mean, there's more than one way that this could affect all of us, but I feel like that's the idea, is that if we can't have it exactly what we want because we've been putting up with this for so long, we're going to burn it to the ground and start over, not realizing that the burning it to the ground part could burn them with it.
Right.
That's why it's irresponsible. You can't really do it that way. We have to do this. If we're going to do this as a group, we have to do this while watching out for each other's backs. We can't just run in and just hope and pray that it turns out okay, because it's not. If we have no strategy, it's going to go bad
Right.
real quick.
Right. And I guess it's not even like where we, and then I'd say we as like a community, but not necessarily, but like Plattner stepped down, so other people stepped up. It wasn't like that was even like, now we're just really honestly in the situation in the conversation where you like with James, like there isn't a third option. So you have the choice between the two or not to do it. And if you're just not going to do it, then you're just handing it over. And it just seems so dangerous to me at this point in the game.
Yeah, well, and that's what I mean. It's they're not really thinking it through. They're thinking. I think part of it too is the feeling is people overall feeling like their options are starting to become really limited. But I think a lot of it is they're just looking at it like this. They're like, oh, we just got to burn it to the ground and then we can rebuild, not realizing that the burning it to the ground is the dangerous part. Because fire can catch on to other structures, other things. There can be unforeseen consequences that nobody could have predicted. You know, I mean, it could keep going and going. It's not a wise decision without knowing and having like things ready to go. I mean, and even then it's like we don't have to go the hardest route. That's the other part of it too. We don't have to do it like where we're, you know, we can take our time, let them fuck it up, let them own it at that point, let them piss off their own base. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, now you're gone. Oh,
I'm sorry.
The screen went black.
It just flashed. It did. Yeah, it did it for me too. I think I accidentally like kicked the plug.
Oh, okay. I was like waiting for it to be all messed up again.
Tabby says, "But I crave violence."
Well, and yeah. See, that's the other thing. I can't see any comments at all. Like, it looks like almost like I have a whole different group of people in here. It's bizarre.
I wonder if
anyway.
I wonder if it does like only counts if like people go into mine.
I think so.
Then they can only see my group. But if they go into yours, they see another set of.
Yeah, because I see no comments at all.
That's so
and I don't see Tabby or Terry.
Let me see. I want to do it. Yeah, I can't see him on. That's so funny.
Yeah. Oh no, she joined mine now.
There
on
you
her
go.
Other, yep. Yeah, it's just weird. But yeah, I feel like they're not thinking it all the way through, or they're trying to rush it because to them it's like, oh well, this is all we have to do to fix it. And no. Oh well, thank you, Tabby. I do feel loved. But no, I just was saying I can't see comments.
I'm surprised they're not group comments when we're in the co-host together phase.
That's what I mean. It's weird. Because, like, that explains why sometimes you'll be like, don't you see that comment? And I'm like, no. Well, that's why. But yeah, I think that's the motivation. That, and I think the Palestine thing. But part of me wonders now if that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. If that was maybe something that the right had planted. Because part of me does wonder if they're plants, some of them, and then they start the fire knowing what will piss people off. It's hard to say.
No, you're not wrong at all. It's such a strange situation in general, I guess. And I hate that we're here. I hate that it's constant battle back and forth just to. Can we just get some damn truth? Like, I don't want to play two 10 lies and a truth.
Well, my whole thing is just, I feel like they really took the things that already divide us as people. So race, marginalized community, everything. And really, really, really have propagandized through social media, through algorithms. So you're just getting we're all in our own echo chamber. Like, because all I have to do is watch, because lately I've been watching some astrology because of the basket, you know. And now it's like every third video is astrology. Like, I don't want all that. I just wanted to look up exactly this transit for a second in time, like a moment in time. I didn't need like endless astrology stuff. So it's just it's I feel like they've set it up so that we're in our own echo chamber, and that's part of it. It's hard to get out of your own way. And
Yeah.
you think everybody else thinks the same way.
Yeah, no, yeah, I see that a lot. I see that a lot, especially with, because I jump back and forth between different platforms, different things, and different accounts just so I can see different things. Like I have this account, but I also have my personal account, which is full of a lot of like animal videos and stuff. Like this is the one I go
Yeah.
to when I need a break from life. Look at all the puppies and
Yeah,
kittens and like the comic book things and whatever.
yeah.
Um, just
Like
very
the show's account is all super local to Cincinnati for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, and that started happening too at random. And I don't know if it's just because it's
Mhm.
the business account or whatever, but it's just like this is it's getting way too close to home for not knowing where the fuck I'm supposed to be at. And I don't like it.
Right.
But yeah, I just struggle with the idea that people can't stop and just look at it and see facts. Like I watched two people get into a fight today online, and this is not like corruption based or whatever, about how they were talking about communism and socialism and how they were going to be classless, moneyless, stateless hellholes. And I'm like, that's not true. That's more like
Not at all.
Marxist, but maybe some communism. But we're talking about democratic socialism, like in the Nordic countries and the things around there. And that's not what Nordic countries are. They're communism. I'm like, but their economy's better, so go for that, dumbass.
They're not communist
They're
at
not.
all. Like they're not even remotely. Like communism means that the community or like the people own. There's no private industry. Like, do we still have private industry? Yes. Then we're not communists. Like,
Right.
there we go. That's basically it. That's it. Like, that's very straightforward. I get the shades of socialism being confusing because sometimes I get tripped up on it too. But communism is no private industry at all. Like, the
Right.
state owns everything.
Right. And I don't understand. I mean, I know the lack of education and stuff, but like, why you straight out are going to argue that that's exactly what it is not even close to being true. But then you can straight out, like, I need somebody. I mean, like, we live in a world where you have a cell phone and Google.
Yeah.
Just fucking put it in Google, for crying out loud. I'm not asking for you to write a book report, but.
Or just put it into AI. But even then, that's now developing its own algorithm. Your AI is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does become very, like, you have to re-fact check it and ask it to re-fact check it. Even
Mm-hmm.
ask it to source after you use it if it's something important. But it's still like there's plenty of places to look to tell you the basic definition of shit. Like, I don't know if we need to have a class on like how to Google. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
just put the word socialism and hit enter.
yeah, you have to know. Yeah. Well, and like I said, like for for the purposes of understanding Marxism versus democratic socialism, it's really pretty simple. Did we have a revolution? No, it's democratic socialism. Did we have a revolution? Yes. Then it's socialism.
Right.
That's kind of how it starts. And I mean, we can piece out what is what and what's different shades of socialism, but the definition, democratic socialism is always ushered in legislatively. It's never been ushered in via revolution. So that's kind of the big tell. But yeah, we just want to do what Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark have. And they're the happiest people in the world. That's what we want. We want happy.
Right. And not for
Happy
it
people
to
have
be,
babies.
yeah, and not for it to be, you know, the one thing I never understood, and I say it all the time, but like people are like, oh, you get X amount of months, like months off, or however much time off, or like more time off for when your family needs you, or like kindergarten or whatever. Like, yeah, okay, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
Like, that's
That's what we all want.
what we
That's the
want.
dream.
We want to actually like live life. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to live to work, to retire to work again at another job because I can't afford to live and then do it again. Like, we're not living if you're going to work more hours than you can ever go on a vacation or that you can ever
Right.
go and sit down and enjoy anything. Like, that's not living. We're living to survive daily. We're not living to live. And we want to move to a system that will help people live to live.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, if you don't have to work, you shouldn't have to work. Like, if you have enough money that you don't have to, cool. But you also should be, we should be making it so that nobody is starving at the same time. Like,
Right.
you might have a bunch of money, but if everybody in your neighborhood is starving, that's not cool either.
Right.
Some of that is learning how to give back to your community, and we're not doing it on our own. So, unfortunately, trickle down isn't going to trickle down. You have to make it trickle down. Democratic socialism makes it trickle down. That's kind of part of it too.
Right.
I just feel like people don't they think that they want, basically they're saying what they want, and it's democratic socialism.
But
But
they don't
because
understand it.
right, they don't. And they still, if I hear one more time that the Yahtzees were, I'm going to throat punch somebody, I swear.
Right. I don't understand how you can think, like, I know that it's just pure lack of education and things like that, and also a lot
Semantics.
of the echo chamber things that happens and everything else and their talking points. But how do you look at, like, Nazi Germany during World War II and say, oh, that was democratic socialism because they voted that in and made it more fair and created more systems. Okay, the socialism part of it is the systems to make it so
Mm,
everybody's more equal.
that's not it, though.
No, no, I mean,
Yeah, I know, but
like roads and that kind of stuff is what I'm trying to like explain with that
right.
thing. Not like systems like add 70 branches to the government or whatever, but the roads, the social security, the fail safes, basically
Mm-hmm.
safeguards. That's the word I was looking for. But still, like, how do you look at Nazi Germany and see that when people were, sorry, literally in concentration
Bless
camps?
you.
Thank you.
Right. Because they hear the socialist part of that, and that's it. That's that's literally it. That's as far as they go.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, I keep thinking that my child is awake. I keep thinking I hear mommy, but I don't think so. Maybe
yeah,
not.
I mean, schizophrenia is cool too.
But yikes. But yeah, it's one of those where I think maybe it's because of the fact that the mustache man really did a lot of focusing on fixing stuff around Germany, but FDR did a similar thing. I can see the parallels, but I think it comes down to control, and they forget that part. So fascism is authoritarianism. It's control through fear. That's basically what even now that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do it with the propaganda with fear. So that's the difference between like fascism, because even communism can be authoritarian, but the difference between capitalism and communism and even parts of Marxism and a more authoritarian socialism, it's the authoritarian piece. We're not advocating for anything like that. We're advocating for literal systems to help the poorest among us live a quality of life that is not, I don't know, homeless and in a gutter. I mean, I just want people
Basics.
to have health care and schools and the education to be a little bit better. I basically want my childhood repackaged and brought up just a little bit higher.
Right.
That's it. That's all any of us want. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it
it's not a
doesn't make
lot.
sense to me, honestly, because like, you always say, and I know my parents said it, and how we all go about it is very different. But you want your kid's life to be better than your own. Like you
Yeah.
want them, and you're not asking for them to be billionaires. You're not asking them for any of that shit. You just want it to be better. I want you to have more opportunities than I had. I want your life to be easier than mine, and I want you to be happier than I was. Like that's basic 101 parenting.
Mm-hmm.
and this is how we go about it. This is what we want. This is what we're trying to build. And taking away your neighbors and throwing them in concentration camps isn't going to make your kid's life better. It's not going to make anything. Do you need to go? Oh, I was.
No, I was just making sure that I didn't hear any. I didn't. It's hard to tell because like my dogs are behind me too.
I get
So,
that.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think it's just a means to hold the richest among us accountable, and that's what I don't think people understand. It's not. It's just a way to distribute the wealth back down because it has gotten so far out of hand that basically now it's going to tip. Because you can only push that inequality so far before you just topple the entire thing. That's why Rome fell. Same kind of thing. Like you could only push the disparity apart so far before it falls. And we're starting to see the evidence of that now. I mean, that was their grand plan even through Project 2025. I mean, they did not hide that. They wanted to crash the economy and then usher in crypto and other outrageously crazy policies, basically ensuring that we could then work for our housing. Like, in other words, instead of having money that we could spend anywhere, we would have company towns again and that kind of stuff, which we've done that. And it was terrible. And the Pinkertons was why we are not still in a situation like that. We had to fight our way out of it. Wasn't quite 1776, but the labor movement wasn't exactly peaceful either. So,
Yeah, it's just. I know we'll get there. I know we'll get there one day. I just wish we could just get more people to see how that goes. And I'm not trying to tell people how to vote, and I'm not trying to tell people that their votes don't deserve to be won. But we're not right now in a place where people.
beggars can't be choosers, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying vote for the bad guy, but I'm also saying like when you're in a place where we're at right now, you're not gonna have a DSA candidate in every election. So you gotta vote for what's not.
Well, yeah,
The
look at
red team.
Ohio. I mean, I'm not going to vote for that, you know, swarmy piece of crap. I'm going to vote for Amy. Like, come
Right.
on, man.
Right.
I mean, she's Pete. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, why? What do we need? We don't need another billionaire telling anybody what to do. And that's if anything else, like if nothing else, then maybe not having a billionaire telling us what to do, or at least one less billionaire telling us what to do. Then hey, that's a win is a win at that point.
Yeah. I do not want him anywhere near. It doesn't help either that I know that he's friends with JD and shit. So like, you're like immediately crossing off every like, let's not do this checkpoint. But when you compare like Ramaswamy to James Tellerico, like.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I'm adding your.
No,
I'm on your live now.
when you're comparing James Tellerico to Ramaswamy, like I don't feel like they're in the same category. Maybe I'm crazy. Um, but I guess that's like where I'm at with some of this stuff. Like, yes, we can choose better candidates. Yes, we can do better, but also like some of the candidates that you don't think are gonna be better are still better than the red team. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I mean, I'll be completely honest. Like there's been several people that over the years I haven't exactly loved voting for, but I knew that they were the more wiser candidate to vote for. I mean, like and I voted not often, but occasionally for a Republican because the Democrat was a sleazeball. Like it's not happened very often, but there was one, especially in Connecticut, Governor Rell. I voted for her because she was way less slimy than this guy. His last name was DeStefano. He just looked like I don't know. I saw him and I was like, no. Plus there was like a child pedophile ring going on there too, and I was pretty sure he was part of it. And I'm like, nah, I'll vote for the Republican this time. But that's one of the very few times and largely because the Republicans have been so freaking corrupt. Like
Yeah.
they don't even try to hide the shit. Like
Yeah.
they're just out here just doing all kinds of crazy shit, like stealing our tax money. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm glad that they finally put a kibosh on suing the IRS. Like, the fuck.
Right. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, there's very big difference between like a Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney,
Yeah.
John McCain,
Kinzinger.
Republican,
Kinzinger.
and a MAGA Republican, and know your morals and grounds there. But
I would wholeheartedly vote for John McCain versus any of the clowns that are in there now.
oh yeah, I would too, against the clowns that are there right now. But throw them against a DSA person, and I'm going to vote for
No,
the DSA.
it would be DSA. But don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think of John McCain or even Bob Dole or any of the older Republicans as sleazeballs in any way. Like, to me, like, Mitt Romney still has my respect begrudgingly, but he does because he's not.
Well,
He's like, fucking, I'm out.
yeah. And he spoke up against the corruption that is actively going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas Massey, I have very mixed feelings about that, but that's very much a me thing because I live in his district and I saw the woke off that thing was. And I was freaking, like, here I am watching TV at work and I just was personally victimized by his campaign ads.
Yeah.
Talking about how all the kids are going to go to school. Are going to go to school and end up, and the opposite gender coming home that day.
Yeah. Guys, no.
I'm so tired of that. If I have to hear one more thing about a transgender, whatever the fuck, I swear to God, I'm going to be like, look, what? What the fuck is the problem? God.
They just use the
I know,
stupidest
it's
talking
just-
points. I know we see it with Amy Acton right now too. Or fucking campaign ads right now. I could throw something. Like, you cut her off mid-sentence. Like, play the rest of the clip.
Yeah.
Like, I won't, almost at this point in my life, I don't have money and I don't have extra body parts, but I'm thinking about selling them anyway to buy airtime to play the rest of the clip of whatever she said during that damn thing where she's like, I had to Google, and then cut her off about the pandemic.
Yeah, she probably had to Google some crazy ass like immunology component because I would too, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
Well, and
like, we're not machines.
And not to mention, like, we use the word Google very loosely.
Mm-hmm.
Google is just, in fact, searching. So, like, she's not necessarily going to, and I know I have Google systems, quote unquote, where I work, but that's not like Google, like Google.com. You know, like, I have ISO standards, and I have USP standards, and EU regulatory standards, and I'm like, I Googled it. No, I didn't. I looked it up in the damn standard, but I might have to say I Googled it because it's quicker.
For me, it's a little different. Sometimes it is a YouTube video, especially if it's like something that I haven't done in a minute. Like, there's certain things with certain lines and certain that I have to be like peritoneal dialysis is a great example. I will take care of somebody maybe once a decade that's on peritoneal. It's like riding a bike. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta put this, and then this has got to sit on here. This has got to warm up. Blah blah blah. Okay, connect. You got to scrub. But it's one of those where it's like after a while, I'm like, got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm up there troubleshooting machines or whatever. But it's just literally like it just takes me a minute to remember what the fuck I'm doing. And sometimes I might have to be like, okay, so what's the dwell time? Let me just, look it up real quick or double check something. And sometimes it is a YouTube video, but it's not that I don't understand. I've done the in-servicing and all that stuff. It's just like I have to remember exactly what button do I push at this point. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, got it. You know what I mean? Just because you have to look something up. Trust me, you want the medical professional to look it the fuck up. I can tell you that right now.
Right.
Because, yeah, we don't want to make a mistake, and we don't want you to have to go through us making a mistake. Just, don't shame people for looking shit up. if a lot of us looked more stuff up, we might be in a better place.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that like there is Google Scholar also,
Mm-hmm.
which has a lot of medical things and stuff too that a lot of us use in the field too. And I'm not saying she didn't use straight Google. I'm just saying that that word is a little loose, and then we don't know any of
Yeah.
the rest of what is going on. And I'm not trying to make, but like to cut her off mid sentence, like you guys are swarmy as hell.
Well, they are because they're not going to like. How is he going to cut property taxes and save our schools? What the fuck does that mean? How are you going to do that, Vivek? How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Because that's how we pay for the fucking schools, you douche canoe. Because he's just going to be like, oh well, families probably just need to make more, like John Husted. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, if that, oh, is that it? That's it? We just got. Oh man, no, but I figured it out. We just have to make more money. That's it. Like, give me a fucking break.
Right. I'm like, oh, why didn't I fucking think of that? What a damn idiot
fucking
I've been
asshole.
the whole time.
Like, well, when you put it like that, John.
You don't think that people are like, oh, I'm gonna leave, all these people. I have so many, like, I hear it all the time. You live in this world where you hear them bitch, nobody wants to work anymore, or you don't want to be a server, find a better job. And you got all these fucking people with better jobs, and they're like, now the fucking restaurants are empty, and they're like, well, nobody wants to work anymore. I'm like, you all told them to all get better jobs.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to start busting some tables, John.
Like, it's all fucking circular, and nobody gives a flying shit. And I'm like, you can't raise a family being a server at a mediocre-ish restaurant. It's not gonna happen. You don't make enough money. Like, that's...
I know. It's like they're this close to the point, but it's just like
whoosh. Yeah.
It's like coming in hot. And it's like, no. Oh, shit. Just because, it's... I don't think that they've had to deal with... I think some of it, especially in the upper classes, like, upper middle and people that maybe make closer to, like, 7 figures, it's one of those where it hasn't dawned on them that they might have, that they might be the privileged bunch that isn't going to understand. Like, it doesn't dawn on them until they're like, oh, you mean... Like, because I know that just from growing up in the fucking East Coast. Jesus, you want to talk about, like, people, talk about, like, some of the wealthiest people have absolutely no life skills because they've never had to actually think. They've never had to figure anything out. They've never had to pivot. They've always had money to just use as a resource.
Yeah.
If you take the money away, then what?
It's that same, like, well, I worked my ass off. You should do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, at what point do you want me to stop working my ass off? Because many of us are working multiple jobs or doing other things, and well, like, go get a better job. I'm like, if you made $60,000 a year in 1980, which was a fuck ton, currently you're making like 30,000 if you're still making 60,000 in the way that the world has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make 120,000. Just go find a better job, Frank.
Right. Well, and it's some of it too is like the housing situation has ballooned. Now that Dumpy just sat on that housing bill, it's a done deal, I think, because it went into effect regardless. If he signed it or not, because it stayed in whatever for 10 days. But my whole thing is just like, at what point do we not remember that money is finite? Eventually, your whole shtick of going to the lower classes and just getting it out of the people down there isn't going to work forever because it's finite. It's a finite resource, just like oil. Plus, that's the other thing, because now Iran is saying, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to send good old Cash. He's as good as done. He's a done man. He's gone.
Yeah.
I think he's the next contestant.
He's on the list according to the Lego,
Oh Oh,
videos and
really?
stuff. He's on the list. Yeah, it's
Ooh, I
him,
didn't know that.
and Keg's breath.
S- Oh, I thought it was the Saw character.
Oh, she's on there
Remember?
too, and
Okay.
so is Dumpy and BB. But I mean,
Goebbels,
there's a bunch of people on that list.
Pee Wee German.
Yeah, I think I saw
Okay.
them as well. Maybe now he needs to go down anyway because I learned a whole bunch about him recently that pisses
Oh
me
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. You were gonna tell me.
Oh my
I
god!
think.
So like, I didn't realize he was in his first administration as well,
Yeah. Hmm.
and
Yeah, that's when we really got to know Steven and the depravity. Yeah.
but I didn't realize he basically created himself a position in the second
Hmm.
administration so that he
Yeah.
could do all the laws and write all the things and everything else that he's been doing. Um, but he also did when we talked about this, I think like overseas. I don't remember. I think he went to Israel for a while and learned some
Yeah.
things and whatnot, and came back and did some things. But he's just like the swarmiest fucking bastard, dude. To be honest with you, like all the hate and all the rhetoric and all that, everything comes directly from him. Like to the point where
Yeah.
he is, according to the regime change book, like is basically battling with Susie Wiles regularly to push information to Trump. So he gives him his spin, and then that's when you can hear the rhetoric shift, or the tone shift, I should say, in Dump's tweets, quotes, things like that.
Yeah, I think why all of a sudden we had all of the EOs on day one was because that was Steven's little pet project, which
He had them
also
written before it even
explains
started.
right, but it also hasn't explains why most of them didn't meet the mark because, and that's where I think I'm gonna defend him, and I could be wrong here, but that's where I think the difference between JD and Steven is that JD is not nearly as hateful, but he's also a lawyer and he knows that none of this shit is going to hold up. And that's why he wants nothing to do with it, wants his
Hmm.
name not on it at all. Do I blame JD? Not at all in this case. But I think this is all Steven's personal feelings because you can't tell me that Dumpy Pants read Mein Kampf. You can't tell me he did. There's no way.
He can't read.
I know he can't read. That's what I'm saying. But I know who can. And Pee Wee German sounds more like the person that was reading that particular piece of literature. So, but that's why I think like that's why it's so Third Reich-ish,
Hmm.
some of the stuff. And I'm like, because I think JD was like, fuck, that isn't gonna make it. Like,
Right.
because I mean, it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure out that, you can't just violate the Fourth Amendment at will. Like, it's an amendment. Nobody but a convention of states can remove that. So,
Yeah. I think he
because
had.
SCOTUS can't.
Yeah, I think he even had like the way it sounded is he started like this is where I need to get from, my his world, whatever his utopia is, the creepy little thumb world, from
He does look like a thumb.
from like Spy Kids. It's just all the thumbos
Yeah.
hanging around. But like where his utopia, and how would he need to get there? And so he just decided to create all these things to get like we need to be able to deport everybody who's not white. We need to be able to do this. We need to be able to do that. And blah blah blah. Plus pain and torture because he's a sadistic little fucker. I think his wife pegs him, but that's a whole side note. And just
That's a weird dynamic unto itself. Like, I feel like that's its own documentary. What?
I don't know. I just feel like that's there was a whole thing. I threw it in there for
That's a whole bag of a nope right there.
Hunter Biden was on the I've Had It podcast.
Yes, I saw it. Yes.
And he was talking about different people in the administration and like whatever. And he thought that there was like closetopia, I think or closetocracy or something.
The closetocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yes.
we've been singing about the
Yes.
closetocracy forever.
And she asked him specifically about Ted Cruz, and he's like, no, I don't, he doesn't give me the gay vibe, but he definitely gives me off of like weird kinky shit you don't want to talk about in public vibe. Basically, this is not a direct
Yes.
quote from Hunter. This is my interpretation, but like I had that same thing with like Pee Wee when like I'm going through all the people in the in the cabinet,
Mm.
and I'm like, we already know which ones we cross off you know, the closetocracy checkbox. Like I can list them all for you. Um, yeah, I'm talking to you, Josh Holly, you little bitch.
Mm.
But
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pretty much hunter out at him, right?
yeah, but
He's like, oh,
Stephen
you want to talk
Miller,
about
like
Holly?
he never hit that one for me, but I definitely saw him like ball gag on the floor with the leathers being like with Katie like whipping and shit. You know what I mean? Like
It's
cat just jumped on
yeah.
my lap at the same time. That was so awkward.
It's either that or I feel like um either that or he's got somebody tied up somewhere. Like
No, I think he's the one who likes to be tied up and he takes everything else out in
I
reverse.
don't know, man. I feel like he's got a shed out back that's got some questionable things going on in it. Some of it might be alive, some of it might not, but that's
I
like
mean,
it would not surprise me to find out he was like a Gacy situation either. There's just so many ways that could go because he's just so weird.
yeah, I see him having like he gets home and his wife totally emasculates him. Like I see him get home and she's like, "Steven, I told you to take out the fucking trash." And he like panics and he does his little thing and he walks out there and he goes to his little shed and that's where he cuts up his little animals and stuff and tortures them because he's mad. But he also definitely takes it with a pegger or two. I don't know.
Yikes.
Maybe I just this is I paint people's realities in my head to make myself feel better. I have no idea, but
Well, I don't know. I just feel like how do I say this? For being the religion that they are awfully comfortable with some of the policies of the Third Reich.
yeah.
I'm like, that what kind of cognitive dissonance does that start? Like what kind of crazy like what is going on there? Like that you can rationalize and side with the person doing the thing that killed some of your actual legitimate family members. Like, what is going on there? That's like an onion of just weird.
Yeah, they're all fucking weird. I can't figure out how they exist on a regular basis, I guess. It's just I don't know, man. Like I just wish that we could just take them all out. Not necessarily into a bad place, but out of the place where they're currently sitting.
Right.
And
Hmm.
I mean, jail would be fine. Nuremberg would be fine. I'm not asking for everyone to be like lined up necessarily and whatever, but bring back good old fashioned tar and feathering or some shit is fine. Whatever. But they just hate so much, and they just live through that hate so and they just project it and they just want the
Hmm.
worst for everybody else, and I'm like, why do you want to torture all these people? Like, what is it in your psychology that makes you want to take people you don't know because you feel like they're not entitled to be here and put them in a place where they're eating maggots and rotten food and no toilets and overcrowded and all that? Like, what is wrong with you?
Because they don't think that they're human beings. That's what it is. They think of them as cattle. They're able to
Dehumanize?
rationalize on a level and intellectualize them as not being people.
Yeah, I don't understand how.
Because they hate that much, because they've been tormented or they're so far in the closet that they hate themselves. It's hard to say. I mean, at the same time, I think this is you don't see very many neurodivergent people who are like this. It's usually neurotypicals. And it's usually neurotypicals that were abused or, I mean, it's hard to say, but I feel like somebody like Steven, it's like that they're made. So in other words, like that had to be a certain amount of, depravity or abuse or neglect, that they're just not born like that. You don't slide out of the birth canal with a weird mustache. Like,
Yeah.
just saying. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I guess it's like if we look at like if it's brainwashing or what, because what does lead somebody into joining like things like the Triple K? I don't know.
I don't know either. It's just I don't want to say it's upsetting because that's not even close enough
No.
to whatever it is. It's
No, I feel like it's more like it's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it.
I just lack the
I do
dictionary
too.
that I don't know. Like Williams in English language is not
Right.
full enough to go into the full debauchery as everything that's fucking going on. It just
Well, and my whole thing is like, what's going to happen when? So we keep extracting money from the economy, and we keep extracting it from other countries, and we keep it. Why do you feel that? At what point is it going to be enough? And the other part is, what are you expecting long term? You don't think that like countries are going to come and like get their money back?
Yeah.
At some point, things are going to probably go boom here too. So
Yeah, because you think just like he tried to put in tariffs on Canada because they're having wildfires and their air is making our air
he
bad, as if
he can't tariff anymore.
Oh yeah, he tried to, didn't he though? Is that
Yeah,
what
he
was?
tried, but he can't tariff.
That's true. Like, did he?
It has to get congressional approval.
Just in general though, like that. What a stupid thing to do to other people. Like what it can't. I mean, I know
Yeah.
Canada made him look bad, but that's because he's an idiot. That's got nothing to do with Canada necessarily, but
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just. I think anymore it's just a grift. It's just I can't get money here. I can get money over here. And I think his supporters for the longest time were sending him money, and they probably have stopped, which is why he keeps trying to raid taxpayer money in whatever way he can. So, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he has bankrupted everything, and yeah. It's almost like we told you he did, but whatever. But yeah, it's just I think at some point there's we won't have any more assets to burn. It's just like private equity. Eventually, you have it's just going to result in either they're going to flee or they'll have extracted all the wealth from the country.
yeah. We've heard a lot of people say that. Like, what's the fucking end game?
Yeah.
So the
I
billionaires
don't know.
kills off all of the rest of us because we can't afford to eat or do anything, and now that it's just a bunch of billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires or whatever, like who the fuck serves your food? Who the fuck fixes your car? Who the fuck does any of the other stuff?
How are you going to eat your money?
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah. You can't eat the shit, so
You can't buy shit that doesn't exist either. Like if no one's making the food or growing the food, or it's just dumb. Like what's the point?
yeah. I mean, we could have all this disposable time, but at some point we're going to have to pay to have sunlight soon because they want to monetize that. So how what's the game there? How do you think we're going to have money?
Yeah. Work harder, damn it.
Yeah. Like, but at the same time, like if every job becomes AI, then there's just no jobs and nobody has any money. So
Yeah, I don't remember who said that the other day. Somebody from the administration said that we should move away from the 5-day work week and move into a 7-day work week.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
like
fuck
7,
you.
8-hour shifts. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. That's
No.
definitely never going to happen.
No. I think people would actually pick up. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I thought by now people would have picked up pitchforks and torches, but
That's the other thing. Like, what?
yeah.
Like,
Well, and part of it, I think, actually, true to be completely for real, I think a lot of us were on our best behavior for the World Cup because it was like the best sleepover ever. That we were like, oh yeah, shit, we were mid-revolution, weren't we? Fuck. You know how Americans are. We're like, what? Like,
squirrel.
squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
We
I
all
don't
have ADD and eat red 40s. So
I think a lot of it too was that, but also to have other, because we lived in a we're in a weird place right now.
yeah,
So a lot of us who are a lot more educated, I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is. Um, have known for a while that other countries don't necessarily like Americans because we're rude, we're blah 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 blah, and we can be, but not every single one of us, but we can be. And then this happened, and by this I mean 2016, 2024, whatever, um, and 2020, but has just brought out and amplified the worst of everybody in our country. Um, so and COVID didn't help. COVID made a lot of us more feral, and I hate using that terminology, but it is what it is because it's like we went from wearing masks and not having to communicate in the grocery stores, and then all of a sudden people came back to the world, and everybody's a bigger asshole. Like I listen to people regularly yell at people like cashiers and clerks at the store and
and they're
waitresses
nurses.
and they're I mean, you guys always had the brunt. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's 100 times worse, but I've never
Oh, it's gotten so much
not
worse.
went a day when I was working in the hospital and not heard somebody yell at a nurse.
Yeah.
Um, but
Well,
I
I
always
think
lived in this world where I just treated people with the way I would want to be treated
Mhm.
in that situation, and call it the golden rule, call it whatever you fucking want. But like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make other people's lives miserable.
Yeah.
So I do everything I can to make that better and whatever. And but I think that had a lot to do with the World Cup too, because we were on our best behavior, but it was also because we heard them say nice things about us. And we're
Yeah.
very easily flattered as Americans because we don't get a lot of praise these days. So we ran with it in our little kink stage that we needed.
Well, and I feel like it was just nice that people around the world kind of saw us for our actual selves and that like, like with where they were talking about how in East Jesus wherever it was like some like I don't forget if it was like Ecuador or I don't remember what team it was, but the locals had worn whatever their colors were because they were cheering for him because they were like that's where they were staying was in their little town or whatever. I think it was in I don't remember what part of the country it was in, but they were the people from whatever team was staying there. It may have even been Scotland that they were saying that they were so flattered that the Americans were wearing their colors and like, yeah, good luck on your game, that kind of thing. Like we just always do. And like, plus they discovered things like Waffle House.
Yes. I mean, you can't go wrong with the wall and ranch dressing. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all made
that
fun of
alone was
us. Now look at
hilarious.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that shit, don't you? Yeah, so I mean, I think it's just so many things that it's like, yeah, this is what we mean. Like, yeah. But I think they also got an idea of exactly how big we are, and I think that's why they realize now, like, oh, like, yeah, we real big. Like,
Yeah.
we're not messing around with that. Like, it's vast. So I think that maybe helps them, especially the Europeans, understand like the landmass itself is ginormous, and there's just to try to sync up and make something
Yeah,
happen is
yeah, we're
incredibly
not
hard
just
here.
gonna block a road like their
No.
whole country is the size of like one of our small states. Yes, you could do
Hmm.
something very easily. We can't even get traffic to flow through. So like, do what you do.
Right. Yeah, like we all don't just live in Ohio. We all live everywhere. Yeah. Well, and I think it's funny too because I remember having a conversation about Europe with my dad. This was eons ago. I think I was still in high school, and he's like, "No, no, no, you can't just like move to Europe and buy a house." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah." there's no houses. Like, I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, their market is like so small compared to ours. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, their country is the size of like Ohio. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, it's no, like, it's just not that big. Because I was like, oh, you can't just live anywhere? No, that's why certain countries you have to be a citizen to even live there because they just don't have the room. So they have to prioritize their own citizenry. Where we have land for land. Like, that's one thing we have plenty of is land.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's why it's a lot easier for people to just kind of come here and buy a house. That's why, quite honestly, it would be very hard for us to have a situation like Europe here. I mean, I just don't know that there's that many people in the world to have that problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's like, why are we so worried about it? There's so much land in this country, even still, that is just wide open and for sale.
Yeah, a lot of it's because it's not in favorable places. Like,
Well,
if you look
yeah,
at
but I'm just saying,
the
it's there. Yeah.
the flyover zones, like I always make fun of like, and I know people are gonna hate it, but like Montana, like what the fuck's in Montana or Wyoming?
Oh, there's nothing, but
Yeah.
but we got plenty of room for like Juan and all of his buddies. They can live up there. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we worried about not letting people in? There's plenty of room.
We've got room. Move on
We
over.
do. Yeah, like, that's why I never understood the whole like immigration. Like, that's been our shtick forever. Like, that's why we expanded. Remember the westward expansion? And oh no, you're gone again. Okay, you're back.
It just keeps. Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
bumped it again. I shuffled my feet. I
Oh.
try to like move things. I got a different desk
Yeah.
space and.
Yeah,
screwed
you said
myself.
you had a new microphone. It does sound clearer.
Good. I'm glad it does because I figured out that the other one I had was to amplify all the sounds around me and not just myself. So have you heard the cats and the
Oh.
dogs or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, maybe it'll be
Hey.
clean.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the
hopefully.
same one you have. So
Oh, okay.
I just
Well,
got
that's cool.
the
Oh, you got the different. Yeah,
just the black version.
yeah. I got the little microphone stand with it now.
I almost went with the stand instead, but I run out of space in front of me and it drives me nuts a little
Yeah.
bit. So like and even when I had that one, the other one I had to have it set so far back because it kept picking up
yeah.
everything in front, like me so loud compared, because that was what it was supposed to do. But
Well, yeah. That's probably for like a shoot. Like if you're shooting like a scene, so that with actors and stuff.
yeah,
Probably more of a boom mic.
yeah. Well, this one was it's more for like a closed-in studio that's already soundproof, and for like
Oh, okay.
acoustics for like music and stuff too. So yeah, I screwed that up. So we're in a better place now.
No, that's fine. I mean, heck, neither of us do anything. We're in the medical field. We don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to like Google how to even set all this up. So, well, and then you were like, you're gonna have to download OBS Studio. I'm like, what? What's that?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of OBS Studio and all that stuff, did you get that last message I sent you on TikTok? Someone fucking
No.
beat me to it. That bastard. I mean, I'm not mad. It needs to be out there. But someone
What?
created a fact checker that is a plugin, and it's
Ah,
released to the public.
God dang it.
I mean, whatever. At least
well.
it's being done. I'm not mad about it, but
Well, I mean,
not
at least
really.
I mean, we can still train it to just go for data. Theirs could pull from all kinds of sources. So
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. I don't know what theirs pulls from to know if it's better or worse than mine. So, or if it's just, and I don't know if it's just basically like AI picking it up, where mine is kind of more programmed. So we'll keep going. But I mean, we can do a back and forth comparison when we get that far. But
yeah, yeah, because we're hoping. I mean, are we? Do you think we'll be ready for it for election night
yes,
or
that's
debates?
my plan is to have it ready. I just have to be able to get. The only problem I have is, well, not really, because I figured out how to add the extra screens and stuff, because I have,
Well, let me know, because if I have to buy an extra monitor or something, I can.
You can kind of see it, but I kind of figured out how to move this stuff around so like you
Oh,
can have
yeah.
different things and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I can have it playing a secondary clip in the background, or at least it just finally gave me access to be able to do it. So
Or we could just do a multi-guest next time. You can have it on its own screen.
yeah, I mean, even if I make myself like this big and play everything else in the background, like it doesn't really matter to me if it gets
Yeah.
the point across, because
Sure.
that will be the more important piece than my face. you know,
Yeah.
like I would rather have that show up than me.
Yeah, because like I was even talking. Well, I was talking to the newest addition to our group chat about that, because she was like, "Oh shit, you guys." I was like, "Yeah, we're trying to be all objective and shit about this. We're trying to not mess around."
Yeah, yeah, that's the important part for me too, because I was worried a little bit about the programming and stuff of whatever they have, but I don't know what they're pulling from because I have mine pulling from
Yeah.
multiple databases and fact checking against multiple databases because my fear was if we use only current stats, they're gonna
Hmm.
be
A little skewed.
yeah. I want to see real numbers from real places and
Mm-hmm.
the Wayback Machine, all the other things too that we have going on. But
Right. Yep. The other thing that's been going on that's been kind of hilarious is the Mitch McConnell
oh my
videos.
god,
Those
all
are
those
getting a little
memes.
scary though.
The last one you sent me was very Walking Dead. Like I was a little bit
Yeah.
like
The
100
color was a
on
little bit too
point,
rough. Yeah.
but Jesus. Um, yeah, and I've been seeing all sorts of weird stuff about it, like people who are doing like the rod, like like the dowsing rods,
Mm-hmm.
and the dowsing rods won't answer.
Yeah, that's weird to me because it's usually pretty straightforward on that.
Yeah, and I saw somebody who do you know what a spirit
He's
box
probably
is?
still in a coma. Yeah, I know what a spirit box
Okay,
is.
I
Yeah.
would just want to make sure before I was just talking, and but I saw a guy who had a spirit box, and he was asking questions specifically, and they said, is Mitch there with you? And they said he's not here. I mean, is he dead? And they said, um, like something like in between, or he just left here, so like he's in and out of death and life.
Purgatory?
That's what I wondered. Like, is he stuck in limbo? Which makes me think more of like that whole brain dead,
Oh, I'm sure
intubated
he's probably, yeah.
place where it's like he's not alive, but he's not dead, so like nobody can really
Well,
pick up on it.
the thing is, if he's truly brain dead, then he's technically
I mean,
dead. They don't.
medically dead. I don't know what that means for the spiritual realm.
It's true. But I'm just saying, like, legally speaking, I don't think you can just for kicks keep someone going to keep a seat vacant.
I mean,
I feel like
there should be
I
laws
feel
against
like
that, but we don't live in that world right now.
I don't know that there isn't though, because I don't know that ethically speaking that a doctor could do that ethically. Like he would have to get approval from the ethics board. They'd have to run that up the chain of command. Too many people would know.
Can they override someone to
Mm-hmm.
unplug them, though?
If they're brain dead, yes. I'm
In,
pretty sure that they can because
is
they
that
can say
rule the
that
same
it's.
in Kentucky as it is in Ohio?
I don't know. But I know once you're declared like brain gone, you're gone. Your TOD is the time you were declared brain gone.
I was Googling it too just to see. Man, they really want to make sure they get all the working in overtime today. There are limits on healthcare agents' authority in Kentucky law. I'm trying to read it. Um,
The medical professionals have to feel that it's medically feasible. But
I'm
I'm wondering, because
Yeah.
it says, like, if you have advanced directives, and I'm wondering if he did or didn't or what. You would think at 84 he would, but it is Mitch McConnell, so...
Yeah, brain dead means family consent isn't required to remove ventilators
Right.
because they're no longer considered a patient.
They're no longer
But if
considered
they are
alive,
just in a
period.
persistent vegetative state with brain function, then there are disputes on whether they can unplug. And they reference Terry Shavat.
Cherry Shivo.
Yeah, I couldn't get that last name out to save my life, but yeah, basically.
I mean, he could be in that fucked up spot like Terry Shivo, where technically he has enough brain function that he cannot be declared brain dead, but is not alive either, and is in a coma. But
because brain dead is all function.
Is actual death, yes.
But
Nothing.
if he's got like neurons firing,
he could have like one neuron holding the whole thing
yeah,
up.
that's what I mean. Like if he's got just enough to like, show up on an EEG, then
that's what I'm wondering, if that's not what's happening. But my whole thing is that then why are you holding up if you know that he's firing on next to no cylinders and you're Elaine Chao? Like, I know that there isn't a law explicitly, but there has to be a rule and some ethics and some Senate parliamentarian thing that they can pull out of left field. If we can find some shit from 18 something or other, I'm sure there's a law.
Yeah, you would think there would be. Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah, I'd be willing to bet there is something somewhere. There has to be. But I mean, did we really even deal with this before? I mean, that's the other thing. Like
Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, we've dealt with this before. Woodrow Wilson is why all this has happened like
yeah,
this.
but I mean, like, but does Woodrow Wilson say specific cabinet members, or does it say or Congress?
It's just president.
Does it just says president?
Right.
Where they're finding laws from like fuck ton while back about being the horrid, murderous, ravenous, deporting, killing, whatever, which is totally on point for U.S. history. There isn't so much where like the you were kept in a medical state historically, like you got.
Well, Lincoln was technically, and so was Cleveland, right?
Yeah,
Grover Cleveland? No, Garfield.
But they were president, so they were important.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like there was one that was Stanton, that was the Secretary of War, that had something, a stroke or something, and that was a whole debacle, because it was like right around the same time as Lincoln, like probably within a couple months after. Edwin Stanton, I think he's the one that kicked it. He was the Secretary of Defense or Secretary of War. I don't know what we called it then, but I don't know. I'm digging deep. Yeah. That's all I can say. I am digging deep in my brain space trying to think of historical precedents for this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying there isn't any. I just don't know if there has been enough for them to make a law about it. Because, I mean, you think about it like before.
Or for them to not trust that we would do the right thing.
Right. That's what I'm. Yeah, basically. Because everybody's just in the last 20 years has just been crooked as fuck. I mean.
Yeah. Well, Feinstein was living in a dementia unit.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it hasn't been both sides and stuff like that. Like, we need to have more checks in general on all of our Congress members. There needs to be, and that's I know I talk about it a lot, but like that's part of like that whole like the council that I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
One of the branches is an ethics council that goes and not only makes sure that every team of people is acting ethically, but keeping track of people and make sure they're not just chilling in dementia wards or on life support somewhere or making up a secondary rule of like what to do when this happens or whatever. Same
Just
thing
the
with
things
like
that it's like, oh my god.
what
Just that list. Just that list of things
that
that
we
have
have to
just
even have a
recently
goddamn
happened.
list is pissing me off. But
I
yeah, like
know.
why are we here? Like why are we here? Like what is
We're here
going
because the boomers. Like, I feel like that's the new. That's who
lead
the problem
paint.
is. Lead paint. But it's the boomers, though.
It is.
Like, it's like they fell asleep at the wheel and they stopped giving a fuck, and it shows. Like, we can tell. Like, we can. Oh my god, we can tell that you gave up and you don't care. And that must be fucking nice. But guess what? It's going to affect you before you go. Before you kick the bucket. It's
Yeah.
just. It's like they can't think, and part of me is wondering if maybe it is a critical thinking gap because they cannot think, like they're like, this is what we want, but cannot get there. You know what I mean? It's like they can't connect the dots anymore. It's like that part of their brain's gone or something.
Yeah. And I wonder too how many of them had. I know this is kind of a shitty thing to say, and I'm not trying, and I'm whatever, but I just say that I'm not saying that nobody on our side got COVID because it happened. I know it happened. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we were a lot more cautious of it
Mm-hmm.
when we could be, and I don't feel like that necessarily spread across the spectrum of all of us. And
No.
maybe there was a lot of them that were had a mild case and it was untreated, and things like that, where or they got it more than once and didn't know about it or whatever, and that they talk about like long-term COVID and things like that, and the way it affects, think of a 30-year-old 40-year-old brain, and they said there's brain fog, there's this, there's that, and there's cognitive problems, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
if you already are in cognitive decline because you're old?
Oh yeah, no, definitely accelerated that for sure.
And like that's part of that critical thinking aspect of all the things that we're talking about. Like they can't because they don't own that part of their brain anymore. Between the
Right.
lead paint and the gas fumes and the COVID and the drugs when they're in the 60s, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, pick us something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a cornucopia of shit. I don't know what else to say other
Yeah,
than just it's like choose your own adventure, but the worst way. But in some of it too, like I think with COVID, I think that okay, so part of the issue too, and one of the things that I hope to dear freaking God that we all remember, though I know how we are and we probably won't, is that the other thing with COVID that was so egregious about just letting it run wild is that one of the quickest and most direct ways to get an autoimmune disease is a virus.
hmm
And you might not react to a virus like might react differently to a virus, and it can come down to different what you've already been exposed to, your immune system itself, what all kinds of different factors, what genes you have, a whole bit. So bottom line is that none of us know what our baseline risk is for any virus. So like you might be more susceptible to certain types of viruses than me, whatever. But in certain cases, for certain people that have certain probably antigens or other exposures, you can actually cause or lead to or really complicate yourself and end up with an autoimmune situation from a virus. That's usually
hmm
how these things start. And unfortunately, without knowing your predisposition or your genetics, that is like basically like Russian roulette. You just don't know who's going to get, capped.
right.
It's just how it is. It's just that's unfortunately people did not realize, I don't think, the full extent of the risk that we were all taking. And they still don't completely appreciate the risk that we all took. I think, unfortunately, now we're starting to see like, oh, maybe there was actually problems. Like, yeah, maybe that's why grandpa or dad or whoever is a little dumb now, is because
Yeah.
they unfortunately got exposed to, COVID, and it did actual damage to their brain. But yeah, some of it is age, but some of it is your actual genetics and your predisposition and what your immune system is used to dealing with, what it's been exposed to, all kinds of stuff.
Right. Yeah, and just in general, you don't fight off things as easily when you're older as when you're
No.
younger too, but not when you're an
Right.
infant. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's the other thing, because like the littlest of babies, like that was what was so terrifying for me. My daughter was born in November of 2019, so I had a baby during that time. Like she was an infant, months old. Like, so yeah, it was fucking terrifying for me from that aspect. I was terrified I was gonna bring the shit home
Mm.
and kill her, and I had waited 37 years to have her, and probably wouldn't have been able to get pregnant again. So yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't even imagine. I know my
Oh,
brother.
that was a train wreck.
My
It was the
niece.
worst year of my life.
My niece was born in November of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was 2020. Oh shit! How old is Addie? Anyway, she was.
I do that too with my nephew. I'm like, carry the one. He's only a year younger than my daughter, but
She was born during COVID, so I'm gonna say it was November 2020. And because we already lived here. We moved in April. They lived like 3 blocks away, and when she went into labor, my brother called and asked if I could stay on their couch. They were like one of our, what they call them, like pods of people that you know
Mm-hmm.
are safe with. But I slept on the couch, and then Carson woke up in the morning to get ready for school because I had to get him on the bus. It's their older son, and he was like, "You're here. Does that mean there's a baby?" Like that's all he said to me. And then he was all like, "I'm gonna go get dressed now." Like he was like, just like,
That's adorable.
yeah. I stayed there, and then between me and my mom, we stayed and helped out with Carson and stuff. So because they wouldn't let even like my brother hang out there for long when they wouldn't let Carson go up or anything. So
Oh yeah. That makes sense though. I
I mean,
mean,
I don't blame them. No, not at all.
yeah. Well, and I feel like the other thing that people don't really talk about is that we had one of the things that was hard for me was literally watching people in the nursing home pass away, and then seeing people in, I think it was Detroit, protesting to medical professionals because they wanted to be able to go and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And it's like, and it was like, I don't know, everyday stuff. And it was just like the dichotomy was so horrible because it was just like we were watching people die every day. Like that did happen. That happened to me. I saw it myself. Because people inevitably will be like, "Oh, that didn't." Yes, it did. I watched so many people die that year that it was probably completely unhealthy for my mental health, but I did. And the thing about it is that I think the being told that one didn't happen or that it was induced by some other boogeyman type of situation was incredibly hard. And I'm sitting there watching Meemaw and Peepaw struggle here and possibly die, but no, please protest the fact that you want to go eat at a restaurant. Just why? Like my God, like you must be fucking hard that you didn't go to work for 6 months.
Right.
I've been at work every day, that kind of thing. So
No, yeah.
it
I
was
mean,
it was tough.
I didn't know her well. I have like a mutual friend, and that I've been friends with for a really long time, and that mutual friend's best friend's wife. It sounds so weird to like put them that way, but like we hung out in circles, but the best friend, my friend, and her best friend, and I didn't get along for whatever reason. There was
Mm-hmm.
like a weird dichotomy there. I can't explain it, but her wife passed away. I don't even think she was like 36. Just felt like died in her
Wow.
sleep from COVID, from complications, and they just adopted a baby together,
Oh.
and so there was like a whole lot of things going on there, and I felt like horrible, but it was like the first where it was not an old person and not someone far away where you didn't know them. It was like close,
Mhm.
um, and younger, like, cause they're younger than I am, so whatever. But
Mhm.
like, it was like, holy shit, like, and not that I didn't think it was real before, but it hits you a little harder when it's someone that's younger and you know them.
Oh yeah, there was like a nurse that worked at a sister facility and had a baby recently before she ended up getting COVID and died from it. Like they were like, "Oh, you probably need to go to the ER," and she didn't even make it to the ER. I think she died in route, and she had two small kids, and it's like, and it was like, it was around the time of the vaccine, so many people were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get that vaccine," that kind of
Hmm.
crap, and you just don't know what your risk is. You know what I mean? That's the thing
Hmm.
that, and honestly, like knowing what I know and what you know about what efficacy has to be proven for something like a vaccine to make it to market. Like, come on. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's still. I mean, you could have. There are people that have immunoreactions. There are people that have allergic reactions to about every vaccine, and those should be taken seriously. But by and large, most people are not allergic to vaccines, and quite frankly, they've saved more lives than anything else. I
Yeah.
don't know why you just went again. You
I
just blinked.
You need to quit moving.
You just flashed.
I'm just jiggling. Um,
Ah.
no, yeah, no, and that's the hard part too because like I do know what it takes, and I know that it wasn't like from scratch.
No,
You know,
they've
and
had
that was
the
like
technology a long time
another thing
before.
that a lot of people don't
Yeah.
take into consideration. It's not like they just made this from scratch and they were like, let's
Mm-mm.
just move with it. Um, they had a lot
They
of the
were
technology.
waiting.
They've been doing it with a lot of other things. They've been it wasn't its intended purpose that the necessarily to do it this way. So they had to tweak it. They had to do some things. But it was safe relatively, and all the other things. Does everything have complications? Do the risk outweigh the means? There's a whole risk assessment portion of it. Like I get all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there still like a name brand thing that I'm a little weary about? Some more than others. I mean, from living in that world, yeah. But I mean, it is what
Which
it is.
one? Which one would you M or P or J? I
J,
mean
no,
J.
no J.
Yeah, yeah, no J.
Uh,
I felt the same way, but that's okay.
but they weren't giving us options. So like, you just go to like the rec center and they just whatever they had on
Oh, I
tap.
got an option.
Whatever they had on tap. Did you get it at work though?
Uh huh.
Like they just whatever they had on tap. So you had to like
Oh well,
roll
you
the
know what?
dice.
Now I think about it, I think I could get the P version at work, or I could go to Walgreens or whatever and get M, and I chose P.
You know.
I
And
mean, I worked for him. My dad
I
worked
was
for him.
like,
I
saying, yeah,
trusted
that
him.
family thing there, and I didn't. Either one of those didn't bother me as much, but the J did. But that's my own personal hang up stuff. But
Well, Jay stopped doing pharmaceuticals for a long time, so that's where I'd be like, I don't know about that.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like they've been doing largely medical devices, which is fine, but it's one of those where I'm like, I'll go with P or I mean, I'd rather startups fine too, which is what Moderna was, but
I mean, yeah, I mean they're not as well known, but they're there. I mean, there's some other things, but I don't know. And then like people would have weird reactions, and I'm like, I know, my friend's dad had a lot of heart complications and ended up getting it, and then
yeah,
like it caused more like had a history and had heart problems, and then they gave him the shot, and then like other things happened and whatever. It's like I understand people being weary about things like that, but like you
yeah.
have conversations with your doctor, and again, let the don't if
And
you.
there are legitimate vaccine reactions. Like
Hmm.
nobody's diminishing that.
Right.
Like people that are allergic to eggs and stuff, you always have to be careful. Even when it's an mRNA vaccine, yeah, there's absolutely vaccine injuries that happen, but they're just such a small percentage
Hmm.
that, yeah,
Well,
it's
and that you also have to, just like they say, don't take this medication if you're allergic to this medication. Like, why the
yeah.
fuck do we need to put that on infomercials? But they
Oh,
do,
we do.
because
Yeah.
because of things like this. So like, yes, there are
Yeah.
complications, there are other things to work out for, um, but whether they're necessarily known at the time that that's how you're gonna react or what's gonna trigger what, like
Mhm.
that's not necessarily a thing that is easily. And if you're already in a weakened state and you have the things that are gonna be worse, like it's gonna be worse. But I mean, that's, like, again, what are you doing? Are you actively out in public and doing things? Or are you just chilling at home? Like, if you're just chilling at home and you feel scared to do it, then you're not going anywhere. Like, you're not going to get it from hanging out at home.
Yeah,
Just be
that was the thing.
cautious when
Like,
you go outside. Like, it's just,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah.
I just felt like at that point I had been exposed to it because my whole thing was just, I don't know how I didn't get it for the longest time. I eventually did it. Now I get it pretty easily. But at first it took me the better part of like over a year to even get the shit. But the thing about it is that it's one of those where I felt like getting the vaccine is somebody that was always going to be exposed to the shit and was always going to be exposed to the shit.
Right. Well, that's what I mean.
Duh.
Like, you're in the facility where it makes the
Yeah.
most sense to have all of the things up to date. Like, even your.
I even have titers drawn for like the Hep ones.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Such a poop palooza all
Right.
the time.
it makes the
You
most
just
sense.
never know.
But if you're retired and you are at home and you don't leave your home, like, like,
Yeah.
it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But,
Right. Yeah, like my grandma at the time during COVID, like she only went to get her hair done and then she wouldn't even go to the store. My uncle would go for her. So it's like one of those where like, but she had what is it? She had heart problems. So it's like, of course she's not going to try to get COVID because
Right.
it could legitimately kill her. She had rheumatoid heart disease, rheumatic heart disease. So it's like one of those, she had a pacemaker and everything. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. Because and that's the one where she had strep when she was a kid and then it became scarlet fever basically. But yeah, it's like, yeah, she probably doesn't need to get COVID, but it doesn't really matter if, just because they're old doesn't always mean that they shouldn't dip into it. But at the same time, like if your grandparents have heart problems, maybe you should go to the store for them the next time we have
right.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Like, let's not also, like, diminish how much we can help each other and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a whole thing. But weird story, and it's true. So throw your tinfoil hat on and stuff.
Oh
But
man.
so my grandpa on my mom's side, both of my brothers are colorblind. My dad was not. I am not. My younger brother, and this is, I swear to God, this is true as shit. Got the Moderna vaccine, and he can see more colors than he could before. And his colorblind's not fixed, but he's like, "What the hell is going on with this tree?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I've had the full spectrum of colors my whole life. He's like, "It looks different," and I'm like, "It's the same tree. Like, I didn't fucking spray paint my tree or whatever, dude." He's like, "No," and like the more he started to like look at grass and like the different things that are like in the neighborhood that are like, not that grass turns brown or whatever, but like constants. He's like, I can see different shades now more than I could before. And it's, like, he's like, it's not fixed. I still can't. They're all just different shades of brownish brown, but now I can see more shades of brownish brown. And I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know what to make of that, to be honest with you, because it's not supposed to be a thing that can be fixed regardless, let alone with this. And I don't have a logical explanation for it, but like, if you put, like, because I tested him with like crayons and shit, and he's like, before where they would all be whatever, and like the color charts and stuff, and I'd fuck with him with all sorts of shit because he's my brother, but like, like, he could like definitely tell the difference between the different colors of crayons and like mark it with like the color that it's on the paper, and where before it was
Wow.
not possible. So
Oh, that's cool.
weird, like I said, weird. It's like, it sounds so weird, like no one believes you when you tell them, but it's also like, it's not, I'm not saying it directly correlated, but I don't know what else to say about it.
Right. No, I totally understand. Like, what the fuck?
'Cause, like, I'm not, I work in the medical field, so I'm not like a,
Yeah, I've never heard of like regenerating rods or cones
yeah,
that way.
that's what I was like. It's so fucking, like, left
It's
field out
bizarre.
there. Like, I was like, did you hit your head? Did you have an injury? Like, are you taking it? Like, I asked him all sorts of questions about, like, no, no changes in his contacts, no prescription changes, nothing else has gone through, like, no more or less stress, like, the blood pressure's been the same. Like, I asked him all
Mm.
sorts of weird questions, and he's like, these are, like, how fucking thorough can the average person be?
Is it your older or your younger brother?
My younger brother.
Oh, because I was gonna say, is he getting cataracts?
No, I even asked him, like, when the last time he's had any of that stuff done, and because my grandma had cataracts and glaucoma, we regularly get it done at the eye doctor, so, and our vision's fucked up, too, because my prescription gets better as I'm getting older.
Mine definitely does not.
Yeah, my wife gets mad about it. When I started wearing contacts, I was at, like, a negative 4.5, and I'm down to, like, a -3.
I'm a -3. The distance isn't the problem. It's the up close now.
You're getting into that
I
that
have these are
bifocal zone.
bifocals. These are bifocals. Yeah. Yeah. Like, let me tell you what you're in store for when that phase happens, because you'll notice I have glasses everywhere. That's because, like, these are distance and these are bifocals, and you're probably wondering why I can't just wear the bifocals. Well, because when you drive at night and you wear bifocals, you can't fucking see anything, because you could only see up here at distance. So I have to freaking have a separate pair of glasses just to fucking drive my car at night, because otherwise I'm driving home like this, trying to see the very top line of my glasses. Oh, because the mid is the middle range, and then down here is print. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel like what's gonna happen with my vision when I get that far. If my vision's been improving.
I don't know, because mine is definitely not like because, like, even now I probably need to go get my eyes checked again. Like, I was due in the fall, but just because now when I am reading up close, it's like now those are getting more blurry, and I'm like, well, shit. So, I mean, I could just suck it up, put my contacts back in, and then go get some cheaters at Walgreens. I mean, because I have plenty of contacts, and that's kind of my thought process, is I might just have to switch for a bit, because I just cannot see as consistently with the bifocals, because I'm sure it's changed enough, and it affects the middle and the distance when it changes. So
yeah, they try to put Missy in, like, the bifocal contacts, and she hated them, and she's like, nope, I'll just put the book closer to my face or further away, or however to adjust it. I can't do it. And I was like, I'll just take you to the,
it's farther away.
yeah, I was like, I'll just, and I thought that too, like, you can go to the dollar store or like Walgreens or something, just get some, like, I don't even know how much they cost anymore, because, like, back when I worked there, they were $1, but, you know, 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever. And
Yeah.
if you need them, just do that. And she's like, yeah, but then, like, I'm at work, and she wears the blue light glasses at work because she's in front of a computer all day long.
That's what these are, and these are all blue light blocking.
But she's like, and I don't know if that, because she wears regular contacts and then just wears they're just like clear frames with the blue light. Right. She's like, I don't know if I can find those in blue light, and what that's going to do for my back and forth between the papers I have to read and the medical charts and then the computer and the other things. She's like, I just don't know if I'm going to have enough head, and I'm going to find like 3 of them on my head by the end of the night. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably right too.
Yeah, because I'm dreading doing this maneuver all the time, but we're getting there. Just because it's just like I need to go up, because I think I have the weakest, and I need to go up already. It's only been a year, and I'm like, God damn it,
I don't want to.
God damn it, I can't fucking see to read. Yeah, it sucks. But the worst though is like when I forget whichever glasses I need, because it's like, you know, I'm trying to drive home in the dark, like, I can't see a thing. That's when I feel like a grandma. It's when I can't look and see because I'm trying to hold my head the right way just to see distance enough. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't look forward to
it sucks.
90% of the things that happen when we get older. Like, I already struggle with, like...
Well, and it explains why my dad was such a shitty driver. I'm like, oh, he couldn't fucking see. Oh, okay. Now it makes so much more sense. So much more. Because he had the no line bifocals. That's what these are. The line, I think, might actually be easier in some aspects, but...
Yeah, okay. I know, I was just thinking about it mentally in that line. I remember, like, my aunt had, and my grandma, the old school bifocals where, like, you could see, like, the cutout. You know what I mean?
That's a line. Yeah, that's what they mean
But
by
I mean,
that.
they weren't even, like, all the way across at that point. It was, like, a little, like a drop-down slit almost. Like someone took a nickel and put it in the middle of the lens and cut it in half. Like, just that one spot was the... I can't... They make them a lot more clean, like, a lot cleaner now.
I don't know if you can kind of see the virus. It's weird. Like in the middle, there's like a blurry. It's like an hourglass. So like the top is like your distance, and then it like in the middle here is just like it doesn't want you to look. So you can't see anything like
Oh,
through
so
it.
they
Like
to
it's
really stop you from using the whole middle part of the lens.
well, like kind of because like you don't have very good peripheral, which is part of the reason why you can't really drive as well in these. So it's like it's almost like a chunk of them is out over here. So then it widens it here and here, and then the middle is just kind of in the yeah.
Huh.
It takes a while to get used to them. It took me probably a good month to 2 months. So and now it's like if I put the distance ones on, like I can't. Then I'm like struggling in a different, new and exciting way, where I'm like, great, now I can't really see. Now I'm doing this when I'm trying to read anything, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this sucks. This isn't fun either. So yeah,
Oh no, I don't know.
it sucks. It's not a fun phase. And now I have a whole bunch of glasses that I really can't wear, cause
Yeah,
good times. So
I
much fun.
donated probably like 18 pairs of my grandma's when she passed because she kept them all. Like, she even spent extra money because she really liked the ones she had to get the new lenses put in, and it wasn't covered by like any of her Medicare, Medicaid part anything. So she paid like $200 out of pocket to get the good lenses she liked put into the new glasses, and I was like, this is such a rip off for her. I felt so bad, but she wanted them. She had to have them because they were matched her outfits.
Oh yeah, my mom was that way too. Yeah, I tried that with the pair glasses with these are the ones that have magnets on them.
I have a pair. That's what I usually wear.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I like them, but their bifocals are outrageous. I was like, fuck that. That's why all my glasses came from Zenny. I'm like, nope.
I only bought them not for like changing the lens as much as for the sunglasses clip on.
Well, yeah.
That was like,
but I know people would buy. I have so many toppers, but
I got free like when I first signed up for them, my first pair, I got free toppers. Like, it was a promo or something, so I ordered like a pair of, but I never ended up wearing them because I work from home. People see me on screen, they're not gonna notice my glasses are changed, and then doesn't have to worry about it matching my outfit or anything. Like, no one gives a shit. And they have like 3 colors or whatever. I thought about getting like fun ones that were like, because they had comic book ones and all that other stuff. And I was like, maybe I'll just get those.
I have like so many of them.
And I was like, maybe I'll use those. And I'm like, I'm never gonna put them on. Like, I'm just gonna need to be honest with myself. But I was like, for the sunglasses, like,
I do miss that.
I forced my kids in that direction, because they're still newer drivers. They usually wear contacts, but in case they don't say, hey, I need these reordered in a timely fashion, and they have to wear their glasses, at least I knew they had sunglasses they could put on and drive, and I didn't want them driving blinded. Oh, God, and I was like, either that or you can get these, you know, and I pulled out a pair of my grandma's like driving glasses that were like this big that fit over you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Oh
like, you can wear
yeah.
these if you don't want to wear those. We're like, holy crap, no. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, those are your options.
Yeah. Now I just have like prescription sunglasses, which those are distance, and that's fine because I'm just using them just to drive. So like but
Yeah, but I mean, they lose shit so fast. Like, I'd rather pay for the replacement, you know, lens clip
yeah.
on than to pay for a whole nother pair of
Oh
lenses and stuff,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just one of those where it's just the next stage for you is going to be the 17 pairs of glasses phase. Yeah, it's
I'm looking
fun.
forward to
I
it.
think everybody has their little method. Mine is just multiple pairs of glasses. It's just the only way I've found. But
I'm just gonna refuse to do stuff I can't do with just the one pair. Like, I can't read anymore because I can't. Just not gonna do it.
I'm done.
Don't
Done
ask
with
me
the
to.
reading days are
If
over.
you can't make it in the size I can see, then fuck off.
Right. Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't sit and I can't sit and read a book anyway. My ADHD doesn't let me. Like,
Right.
I will
Mine
audio
too.
book until I'm dead. I will put things on, like, use 11 Reader or any of the other apps you can use where you can just highlight text and throw it on there if I need to like read
Mm-hmm.
something really thoroughly. If it's not in like, you know,
Well,
bullet points, or if I use the
yeah.
bionic text or whatever, my brain's just telling you to fuck right the hell off. And if I try to sit
Yeah.
down and read a
I need to
book,
buy. I need to buy
I'm
that
like,
11 Labs because that was nice being able to copy and paste shit right into there and it would read it to me because I'm such an auditory person, auditory learner that
mm-hmm.
I mean I can read but listening to it is so much so I'm gonna remember it so much easier.
Mm-hmm. I
But
use it all the time for everything, like PDFs. I use even listening to the horrible robot voice is better than me trying to read through it some days.
yeah. Oh,
So,
I believe it, 'cause especially since like um yeah, like I mean I've had like there's been times I did try the trial run and I was putting in like articles and stuff like from MSNBC and stuff just whatever. And it was really fucking helpful cuz I didn't have to really think.
yep,
I could just listen and I didn't have to strain to
I do
cuz
like.
now it's like it's the vision but it's also the dyslexia. I mean I never know if it's like, oh, is it just a bad day where everything's backlit to hell or oh, no, I just can't see. This is fun.
Yeah, yeah, I have that. Like the same idea too, but it's also like because of the job that I have. By the end of the night, most of the time after dinner, my brain is spent.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't. Like, you could straight there and look me in the face and start talking to me, and I'm like, I didn't hear a word you said. It just didn't even register as a thought. I just zoned completely the fuck out. My brain says I'm done because it's not only forcing the ADHD to function and focus on things that they don't want to do necessarily, but it's also fighting executive dysfunction all day long because people have access to my calendar and will just book calls whenever the fuck they want, and I don't have time to like ADHD prepare for them, or having the email and the Slack and the other things popping up in your peripherals all day long, and you only have so many minutes to answer them before you get in trouble, and it's like, I am fighting for my life right now to focus on one thing, this one task I need to get done. So at the end of the night, and you're like, read something. I'm like, no,
Oh, I get paid to go down rabbit holes now.
I could do that all day
And
long.
well, but they're not fun rabbit holes that I choose. That's the problem. It's like somebody else's rabbit hole because they were just fucking lazy and now I have to see if I have enough to justify coding something a certain way so that we can get more money for our building and
I,
it's those kinds of rabbit holes.
I need to find a job where people like um, the weirdest shit you've ever wanted to know about. Yeah, I need you to do a fucking report on that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yes, I would be awesome at that job.
Well, and like it's one of those where it's like it's it's documentation, but it's documentation in the sense that like if the hospital didn't do it correctly, I can't justify being able to, like, I have to have, everything has to match. It's not just the rabbit hole, but everything has to be all matchy matchy, and it's all depending on everybody else to do the matchy matchy, not me. Me to just define it and be like, oh yeah, look, I got enough to justify. There we go. Next question.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks. But it's important enough. So, I mean, in the sense that, like, if I do it wrong, they will come and take funds back. So, it's kind of a big deal that I get it right. So, I mean, per the people that pay me to get it right, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want anybody to like think that you're not trying to like fraud and all that shit, because that's a whole nother conversation. You have to have the right things in there to justify being paid for, and the patient clearly needs it. Like that's the hard part. And you watch. I know my.
Well, and some of it's our own people, where it's like, okay, so they have this going on. Why the fuck didn't you write it down on this fucking piece of paper? Like, god damn it! Like now I have like oodles more to do to justify this because you fucked up. So.
Yeah, I just remember like. My grandma was a tall lady. Like in her prime, she was probably 6 foot tall. So for a lady, like that's tall. But it's like all legs, and they try to put her in like a small, like a normal size hospital bed, and her feet hung over the edge if she didn't want her head to touch the top of the bed, because of you can't mess up her hair.
Yeah.
That's how they are, and like it was like fighting tooth and nail to get a long bed for her, and they finally agreed. But like, I mean, that's probably not necessarily always the stuff you're coding, but I mean, stuff like that. Like, people act like it's. I'm only saying it because of the whole Nick Shirley and all the other things, and people talk about fraud and shit, Medicare fraud and all that shit all the time. And it's like, no, it's literally trying to fight to make sure the patients are taken care of. It's not like, just like you do with insurance companies, when your insurance tells you can't take, one brand of something, they want you to try another brand. Like, you got to fight back against the insurance companies to make sure that like your shit's covered. You're doing the same thing with elderly people who can't fight for themselves.
To a degree. I actually don't do that part as a case manager. I do basically, I'm how the building gets paid. If I don't do my job, then we don't get the Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements, and then none of us get paychecks. So, yeah. So basically, it's like a calendar situation where we have to do X, Y, and Z by a certain date, and then basically we have to submit it to CMS. So CMS wants record of everybody that's in a facility, regardless of if they have insurance or not, like, or Medicare or Medicaid or not. Even if you're private pay, I still have to report you into the CMS system. So, yeah, that's basically what it is. And then so we then get basically we're billing CMS for services rendered, but we're doing it by being able to prove that they need X, Y, and Z, because bottom line is that we put everything into this assessment and we get a score called a RUG score. It's changed slightly from this, but this is the gist still. And then once I get a RUG score, I can match that RUG to a payer. So it gives me amount per day that CMS will give us for that patient. So my job and the other coordinator's job is to try to find money in places and spaces. So if say your loved one needs more assistance, like say they need actual help like transferring or rolling in the bed or eating or whatever, we get paid more because we're putting in more services to take care of that person.
Yeah, I remember there was tiers at where my grandma lived.
Yeah.
So you put the patient in a tier so that you know how many staff members are needed to kind of care for the person, and X amount of people in that tier.
To a degree, it's similar, but the tiers is also like the insurance company pays certain amounts for certain levels and tiers and shit too. So like in other words, like if I have somebody that is skilled now, Anthem wants to do it in 3 different levels. So they'll pay a certain amount and then basically we have to prove that they need or justify that they need a higher level of care to a degree. Like it's called like a tier level. Each insurance company has their own little fucking verbiage for it. But it's the same thing.
I
So
I forget. Yeah, she wasn't in like an assisted living, she was in assisted living, not in long term.
it's
It wasn't
yeah.
insurance, so like her tier was care
Yeah, yeah. Where
only.
mine is actual skilled. Yeah, it's different when it's skilled nursing. Which is like a sniff. Like a rehab facility. They all are running on PDPM, which is basically how we get paid for and how therapy, because it used to just be based on therapy, now it's based on acuity mixed with therapy. But the acuity tends to be very, very joint replacement heavy. For whatever reason, they're like, oh, your total knee, oh, cool, yeah, come on in. But oh, you fell down your stairs and broke like 6 things. That sucks. You know, we're going to try to get you back home sooner. And you're like, what? But if you had your knee replaced, then you can stay for like 2 weeks. Cadillac experience. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all. But, you know, that's what happens when you have, you know, raccoon penis lover, RFK Jr., in charge of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Hold on, let me shut the door to this before Josh gets home.
Oh no, you're good.
You know, just shutting the random window there. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I do now is basically these assessments, and the nice thing is I can do it from home because they have everything uploaded in our computer system, so I can get a hold of all the documentation from the hospital and everything. So I can really just work from home, which is handy because my daycare flooded today. So that was a joy.
Yeah, I mean that whole world is a lot crazy, and it was crazy and hectic to begin with, before raccoon theft of peen was in office. So
It's only gotten worse.
yeah. Yeah, no,
Pretty
I
soon
can't even.
it might be contingent on your amount of raccoon penises that you have.
Yeah, like that's your. Actually, I think that's your method of payment now.
Probably is. It would not shock me in the slightest. He'd be like, well, you see, how
Yeah.
many raccoon penises?
Yeah, like I can't even. And it's gonna all the questions it's gonna ask you is like, have you tried raccoon? It's instead of like,
Yeah.
are you on your period?
Right.
Have you tried raccoon peen?
Well, no, it's going to tell me, so you're not Hispanic? So you're not? Like, because that's the weirdest thing. Like, it literally asks me about 15 different ways how you're not Hispanic. But then it's like, oh, so you're white? It doesn't ask me what flavor of white. It doesn't ask me what flavor of black. Just Latino. It's like, so you're Chilean? Or so you're not Argentinian? So you're not Nicaraguan? Like, why am I saying, no, I'm not from Guam?
Right.
That's important. But,
Yeah,
yeah.
They.
It's weird. I was like, what the fuck? Because it used to just be like, you know, are you, because I did MDS like 10 years ago. So it was like, did you, you know, as a white person, Latino, whatever, Hispanic, you know, the usual, like black, native, you know, Asian. And now it's like, let me just ask you it's like an entire section of what your race is. Like, what?
And I know that, like, historically, again, before the peen,
Pre-peen.
Pre-peen.
And post-peen.
yes. You know, when they would ask questions like that, it was specific to something that was diagnosable. Like, they'd ask if you
Yeah.
had Jewish you know,
Ashkenazi Jews. Yes,
yeah, because of sickle
absolutely.
cell and things. So like they would ask.
Tay-Sachs.
That's
But yeah.
yes. So they would ask things that were like medically relevant to the question, not
Yeah.
just like, can we put you in the most narrow of categories because we want to, kind of thing.
Or are we going to enter your facility looking for someone like you? Which is why I never answered. I mean, I would never say that under oath. But
Right, like why?
there's a whole lot of random other ethnicities. And I'm like, we're going to change this on the face sheet and this.
Yeah, like, why would you? Yeah, like
Matchy.
that's the part that's like really crazy right now. Like they just if but to make it so that it's medically, you know, relevant is one thing, but to just start adding categories, like you might as well just ask questions like, did you eat beans with George Wendt and stuff on there? Like that is just insane to me.
Yeah. Well, like that's why I took that screenshot and sent it to you guys. So I was like, you're not going to believe this shit. This is how they're asking the breakdown of just one demographic. Not like they're asking all which flavor of white you are. They don't care. It's just the Hispanic people, which it's like, okay, so again, if these people are here and this is a facility that I'm sending this into CMS, just gonna go out there on a limb and say if illegal immigrants can't have Medicare or Medicaid, maybe you're not going to be able to cast that net and get anything out of it because they're not able to enter a facility because they don't have those types of services, because it's almost like illegals don't get that stuff.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What? That can't possibly be true, because I know a guy who said that on Facebook once. So fucking
like it just
frustrating.
the shit that makes my head hurt anymore. It's just it's yeah. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to find anybody because you kind of have to be a citizen to get this stuff.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah, it's the same
What do
thing
I
as
know?
like, you know, the voting thing or whatever. But whatever. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the killer thing too, because they use that language on purpose to fuck with people. It's the same thing as like them saying, okay, so like, certain people, if they're here on, if they have a green card, visas, things like that, they pay into Social Security, but they never get to take it out. They pay into Medicaid, Medicare. They don't get to. They don't ever get to use it. And I think at one point when I first learned that statistic back back in the day, you know, when we had flip phones and you panicked when it hit the internet on your cell phone, but the number of the amount of money back then that people were paying into, so you know, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, they were never going to take it out of it, was like astronomical. And it's still, that number is bigger today because of cost and things, but it's almost like they're helping us with stuff that will never benefit them for the sake of being here, and then we're just turning around and treating them like garbage can and deporting them to places they never been or belong. It's almost like cruelty's the point, guys.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I just kind of dance around what they are
Yeah. It's just
every little bit. What can I say? Like, oh, you're about to go on a wild goose chase if you're looking for this person.
I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have any medical standing, so it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be there.
No.
It's a waste of time, energy, effort, and you know, if the pain ever paid attention to a goddamn thing, then it would be.
I just don't even want the government to have this information on these people. That's the point now. Like,
no, but that's not something that's ever been considered as a threat, because we had sense and people weren't just allowed to fucking lie out their damn nose about shit because they felt like it.
Right. That's what I mean. That's why it's like, I mean, technically, if everything matches, then I'm not wrong. They just don't need to know what order it got changed in.
And it doesn't really affect the patient's health, so let it go.
Pretty much.
And no one's going to be treated any different. No one gets paid differently for them, so fuck it. I don't
Mm-mm.
blame you. It's just stupid that it's even a thing.
Just
It's just a stupid
things that
that
I can do to help my fellow people in this country.
yeah, because it's not even that like clearly the people who are in the facility because they can't use it if they don't have Medicare, all that stuff, can't be there, like the patients.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're the workers. Like it was a big thing. Um, that was a concern in like Springfield area that most of the nurse techs that were
Oh yeah, they're all there. I'm sure. Yep,
and
they're
it
all
was like really
immigrants.
they're gonna be super short on them if they have to get sent
Yep.
out. Like, so what are you doing? Who are you putting in that position?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I can't tell you that, and I think in this case, people from Micronesia are. I think that's a U.S. territory, but I can't tell you the number of people that I work with at over the years that have been from Micronesia, and it's like they look indiscernible. They could be Hawaiian, they could be Latino. You don't know, but they're from Micronesia. Technically, they're U.S. citizens.
Mhm.
So, how are you going to discern if someone's from Micronesia or maybe Honduras? You're gonna hassle somebody that's a citizen for really no reason.
Yeah, I mean, like that just happened in Maine. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to look at it
Oh
as
yeah, that
that kid
yeah.
was, I say kid, he was an adult, but he was younger than me. He was a kid, like 26 years old.
Oh,
He
that's a
was
kid.
he
Yeah.
was here. He was here with his paper. Well, he had a visa. He was fine. He wasn't illegitimate, and I hate that phrase, but that's what they use. So like that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going with. Um, and few dudes in a car just like start like barreling at him and tell him to pull over and start screaming at him, and he's like panicking. He's got his kid in the car. He doesn't want anything to do with this, and just gets in broad daylight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why? Because he wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
white. White.
Well, and that's what I'm afraid of is going to start happening to the alphabet mafia. That especially somebody like me that doesn't looks a little bit too androgynous. It's going to be a problem.
I mean, we're not far off that
I know.
tally sheet of
I
next, but um, I'm not sure if they'll go for us next or if they'll go for the more melanated or both at the same time. Like,
Oh, I think it'll be us before the melanated folk. Oh yeah, that clatocracy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're more Christian than they are racist. I mean, they're both, but what I'm saying
yeah,
is their value. They
yeah.
have to.
We're
You're
currently
keeping
we're
up with the
currently more of a
Joneses.
target than
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it's because of the church. Like that's why we're more reviled than the latter. Because at the end of the day, they have to justify. They need their
yeah.
book to justify. So that's why. It's a very narrow margin, though. Don't get me wrong. Don't make me. I'm not denying that they wouldn't. If they in a perfect world, they would take care of both. I'm sure. But
Unfortunately.
but I think we'll be in line before them. Just because, and I think it's also one of those where I think it's just sheer numbers. There's less of us than them,
That was
than melanated people. So,
my
yeah.
next thought too. Not to like
Yeah.
downplay
The
it.
workforce will really be fucked without.
Yeah, just the quantity of people who obviously couldn't fly under the radar or couldn't be picked up through medical records that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get us through medical records. It'll be through through AI and social media.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
I mean, or it'll be your neighbor's rat. Yeah, one of the two. Or it'll be somebody like me that's just trying to use the bathroom and has their kid with them, and
is it one of those places in the world where like I'm too young for adult diapers, and I don't ever need. I don't want to have to put them on to go in public places.
Mm-hmm. I know. I feel you. But it's like, and for me, it's extra scary because all it takes is somebody to see me using the bathroom, emptying my freaking bag, and thinking that I'm something I'm not.
Yeah, and that's not
'Cause all
even
it
like.
all it takes is a Karen thinking I'm trying to flash him, and I'm just trying to empty my shit bag.
I had to just take it off and throw it at him. Fuck you, Karen. Because you deserve this.
Here's shit. Eat shit, Karen.
I,
Yeah.
honestly, like the dude who stood there in the bathroom while the dad was watching his kid, like it took his.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Too.
Like that's the situation I picture it being in, and that's the point where you just fucking throw it at her.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Karen, I was just trying to take care of my shit.
Literally.
Yeah,
You.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now it's your problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
I know. It's just that's the shit that scares me, and it's like it's just not. It's not that far fetched, and it would just be some Karen fucking, overly concerned person looking at my feet, seeing that I'm facing the toilet, and then one thing is going to lead to another. I can all but guarantee it because I don't look super uber female anymore. It's just I can't help it. It is what it is. However, in this hyper weird state that we're in now, I can see it going badly at some point. Like, I think all of us can. I don't think there's anybody that's in the Alphabet Mafia that isn't, like, a little worried right now.
Well, there's like 5 of them, and they voted for it, so.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't fix stupid, but yeah, it's.
I almost wonder if we can put in, like, some sort of an honest search to see if Caitlyn Jenner got her passport fixed as female.
I don't know. I'm kind of glad I don't have a passport.
I just want, well, because there was I don't know if you heard about that, but Caitlyn went to go get her passport, and they marked it M, and why would you do this to me? And well,
right.
like you didn't. That's exactly what they told you they were going to do. You voted for this.
Yeah.
But I almost want to look to see, like, find a way, find someone, I don't know, look deeper in the internet archives or whatever. I'm not saying I'm like gonna like look in government databases, but just see if anybody said anything. See if she got it reissued. Because like that's enough reason to start throwing poop bags if I've ever heard one.
She did go meet with Donald Dumpy Pants, so I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
Like, would they fix it just for her because she could, and that's the thing? And...
Oh, I there's every chance. I mean, she thinks she's certainly special enough, so.
The worst. I
know.
Like, the worst.
But it just goes to like more of the corruption. Like, why should one person be in that club but the rest of us have to suffer? Like, it's just I'm so tired of that, and I think everybody is. Everybody's tired of like the same shit new day. Like, we're all out here fighting for our lives, some of us quite literally, and but Caitlyn Jenner's is like, oh no, surely that doesn't apply to me. Yeah, bitch, it does. Like, I'm sorry, but it does.
Right.
You're not special. They're going to treat you just the same. Just ask every Jewish person that thought the same thing during the Holocaust. How did it go for them?
Right.
You're no fucking different. We're in the same boat.
It just drives me nuts because it's like, why are we giving in to certain people? Because like, even she paid him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know.
The fact that money can make things happen this way, it really is. Like, if you want to go biblical, the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's why the whole biblical thing about you have a better chance of getting into heaven or whatever, the camel and the eye and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's why. Because it's true. I mean, And like somebody compared this person, and I honestly have really thought about this because you know what, they weren't wrong, and I'm wondering if okay, so I'm not super religious, but part of me, as I've said, but part of me isn't wondering if JC isn't back, and he isn't the mayor of New York, because you can't tell me that that isn't such a similar. I'm not trying to talk him up, but I'm like, my God, if there was ever a modern day example,
because he's doing the right thing. Like how that's the part that's like blows my mind. Yes, and I've heard that analogy before too, and I'm just careful on like
I
all that.
know, and I'm not.
And I know that.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. Yeah,
But yeah,
I
because he
mean,
was in the jails the other day, visiting people and watching. I think he was watching the World Cup with them or something
he
like that.
was. I'm like, oh my God.
But it's like the same thing. Like he's out there every day,
If that man
doing
starts flipping a
something.
table,
Right, like he filled potholes. He has done other like the things, and he's constantly like doing the right thing for lack of anything. But oh man, I almost wish it to be. You know,
yeah.
especially after he said 3 times. This is the third time was today. Um, if BB goes to New York, he will be arrested. And they said if BB is arrested, Donnie will be killed. And like that's like the argument back and forth. And he's like, I listened to the ICC says he should be held and jailed. Who am I to argue with the ICC over?
So that's why they were threatening about the ICC. Okay, so they're big time scared. They're real scared then.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And honestly, I swear, if they were to harm a hair on Zoran's head,
Yeah, if we're worried about like his team making him a martyr, if something happened to Zoran,
it'd be bad.
it would be very bad.
So bad.
I don't wish it on him. I hope with
really,
everything that it's not gonna get anything like that. But like,
but part of me isn't wondering if the allegory isn't the case. Like it's just the timing and the out of nowhere Middle Eastern of this descent in his case. But you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh my God.
yeah, I mean you're
The
spot on.
allegory of it, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Is it and it would be fitting too because he is the most, and I'm not trying to like line this up for him. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to make that false equivalence, but what I'm saying is that
Jesus
it makes
more
me
like
wonder.
him than
No, well, I'm just saying it's one of those where I'm like, they hate him just like we all thought.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he came back, like they're trying to like make him come back, and part of me isn't wondering like, well, you guys got your wish. He's back. You killed whatever calf and you did all this other shit in the Middle East this year to make it happen, and then it happened. He's back.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to remove him back from the earth.
Right. Every day. Someone asked him.
I mean, it's just the irony and the parable is just lining up so much.
Oh no,
like,
it's beautiful. It's like poetic injustice in the right way.
In a way.
Someone asked Zoran on one interview recently, like, how do you
I know what
feel
you're gonna
about
say.
the fact that Trump says that you're handsome like all the time? And he's just like, I don't thank you.
That's hilarious.
He like literally chuckled. He was like, and then he chuckled. He's like, thank you. Like, I don't know what to say to that. Like,
that's what I mean. It's like, oh my God. You just don't. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. But I feel like if there was anybody that's even remotely close to that, and he's not a perfect person, I'm sure, but he's awfully close.
I mean, I'm sure he's not. I know that everyone's got their things and whatnot.
Oh,
and,
I'm sure
and,
he's not actually for
and
real.
one of
like,
the big things that people were really mad about was the fact that like he was born into money. I guess like he's got
that's
quite a
okay.
bit of it or whatever. But he definitely said like the last conversation was
Yeah, because his
he,
mom's a filmmaker, I think.
yeah, like
That's what it
he's
was.
not
Yeah.
going to be giving him he's not going to sign for his raise. And everyone's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Why are you doing that?" He's like, because when I knocked on New Yorkers' doors, their biggest complaint wasn't that the mayor isn't making enough money.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so like, just simple things like that is like way to stick it to all of them, all of them
Mm-hmm.
in the same year that Mike Johnson's talking about how they need to do stock trades because they can't live on $175,000 a year.
Yeah.
Zoran's like, I'm not paying for myself to. I'm not signing for myself to get a raise because the people of New York aren't taken care of yet.
He does make a lot more money than a senator, though. You know that, right?
Oh, Mike, then Zoran, yeah.
No. Zoran makes probably double what they do.
Well, either way, he's probably still not going to be like, I want a raise.
No. No. Absolutely not. Like, I think he's just happy to be included in. He's just happy to have been elected. But I feel like the equivalent, like, it's just, to me, it's like you have somebody that is so, like, you in other words, like, I think it just I think part of the reason why they dislike him so much is because he just shines a light right on the fact that this is a false prophecy, that they're trying to resurrect something that isn't actually a feeling, a vibe, of anything for them. It's just a PR stunt, because like you have somebody who is very much like your idol. Like, he is walking the walk. He may not walk on water, but I mean, let's see him in the reflecting pool. Maybe, I mean, maybe there's enough algae in there. But what I'm saying is that you have somebody that is so very much like your Lord and Savior, and literally you sit there and just disparage him, and you say about how you're terrified that all these people are going to become little versions of him, and he is the most like your Lord and Savior, and you can't even see it.
Mikey wouldn't know what to do with it. Um,
True, but it's the irony is just ridiculous.
so because I wanted to know, and I've got that kind of glitch, um, the difference between what Zoran makes and Mike Johnson is $35,250.
Oh, I thought Zoran was making 300K and they were making 175K.
Mike Johnson makes $223,500.
Okay, I think he was
So
talking about a typical senator salary, but yeah, because they make 174, and then they make more if they're on committees. I know that.
yeah, and they try to raise. So this is the interesting part. New York City was in the process of giving him a 18.2% raise. So not like a 2%, not like a 3%, like,
Oh,
and
no wonder. Yeah.
that that takes it up to 305,800 dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought he was making, 305
You know,
versus a senator, which was like 175. That's why.
yeah,
That's where I was like, oh, it's almost double. Cause yeah, but
yeah. So the regulars would make 174,000. So the speaker already makes almost $100,000 more than the regular senators anyway.
mm-hmm. Yeah, Mikey just needs to shut up and enjoy the fact that he's making that much money.
Yeah,
I mean, for basically just be obstructing at every turn that he can, and to be weird and Weasley and have that weird porn thing with the son, and just there's just layers there, so many
yeah. I don't. Yeah, your Jesus would be happy at you for that.
layers. Do what?
So your Jesus would be very happy to hear that you have a porn pact with your kid.
Oh yeah, that's fucking not weird or anything.
That's
Like,
wor-
who the
that's-
fuck does that?
That's
Like, what?
That's right up there. I think that was in like one of the what book of the Bible was that in? Definitely, probably Acts, because you're acting on all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm like, what the fuck?
I can't even.
Like,
These people. The fucking
I don't know.
hypocrisy is just, I could do a whole damn thing about all of it.
Maybe we ought to do a whole episode about it.
We really
Get it
could.
out.
We really could. You
Yeah, we
start
can.
at base level and work your way up to the amount of tea they want to give. Pete Hegseth wants to give to all those fucking guys.
That's going to be a big problem.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, we probably need to educate about that. So, I don't know. Do you want to start? Or you want me to?
We can go. We'll both go in on it. So we can start with the simple fact that, you give your, if you have a base level of testosterone and it's not in a place where it needs to be adjusted, you give yourself more testosterone. It ends up tipping. There's a tipping point where it ends up converting back over into estrogen. Giving somebody who doesn't need testosterone more testosterone. So your first phase is going to be the roid rage, but then it tips back over into the estrogen phase. It'll also shrink your testicles, because it stops triggering if you don't cycle it the correct way. It stops triggering your body to produce testosterone. So it also is basically making them infertile. And it also can raise your chances for things like gynecomastia and stuff. So like you're gonna need that gender affirming care up top as well.
I
But
have
there's
some
also
great compression options for you guys, just in
Yeah.
case. I can let you know.
you're gonna need the ones that are better than the ones that they give the people who are already fit that just want to take like a bump off. You're gonna have to get the full ones. There were websites, but a lot of them got taken away because gender affirming care got taken away. So you might have to just bind with the old fashioned ace bandage wrap. I'm sure you can find a nice closetocracy person to help you learn how to do that. Bitches.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of other health aspects. So there an increase in testosterone can increase any basically heart function problems. It can thicken your blood. This is one thing that we discussed before. So it triggers for your bone marrow to start creating red blood cells at a higher volume than what is normal for your body. If it triggers it too much, one, you can have clotting factors, things like that. If you have to donate blood or go on aspirin regimens. If your red blood cells get too thick or you produce too much of it, clot strokes, the normal of other things. But you're also putting these guys out in like desert, active war places, where you're not going to stop and clean a vial and take your recommended dose. So they're not going to be cycling it in your normal weekly routine the way you're supposed to, or bi-weekly. Usually it's weekly, but it could be bi-weekly or monthly or whatever. So you're gonna miss your doses. It's gonna fuck all your hormones up on a regular. So they're all going to be hormonally fucked. We're gonna create this army of overroid raged, and then you're gonna basically throw them into almost would be like almost like a menstrual cycles sort of mood situations.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's blood doping. This is what the guys do when they're doing like the Tour de France or France or whatever. Yeah, they do testosterone and what's the other EPO to produce more red cells to cycle through more oxygen. Also clotting at higher rates. Plus, just you can fuck up. You can actually cause your bone marrow to become scar tissue too. That's also, if you do it for too long, you can cause, what is it? Shit, I can't think of the name of where it's like basically your bone marrow becomes scar tissue.
Yeah, as you said it, and my brain went
myelodysplastic disorder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aplastic anemia. Both are bad.
Yeah. There's nothing good to become of this. In a nutshell, even if you were like, we're gonna do it once, that's not gonna be the precedent with this group of people. And the way that he's very much like, gonna make you a manner man in the most homosexual coded thing I could possibly say.
Right. Like,
please
what
let
the
me
fuck?
drool about you while I find my own version of raccoon penis. But it's just going to it's just so little peen, so little time.
Like I don't understand the fascination with the bean. I don't get it.
I don't either. But that's like the guy who's gonna create Pete, who's clearly got a lot of mental health things going on with his own insecurities, and then you got Raccoon Peen, who's gonna be approving all these things, and I know there's gonna be army doctors and military doctors and things like that as well. But like, we're gonna cause the most hormonally imbalanced groups of soldiers that we're gonna send in places like. Yeah, remember, your hormones don't just affect, your body functions and their moods and things. Like, you fuck with your hormones on a consistent level, it can fuck with your brain patterns and the way you think and the way, like, they're everything's interconnected. Everything is a system in your body, and there's a reason why people get treated for things like hormone replacement therapy, and they go through all the doctors and they have to do the therapy and all the things. It's not just I decided this one day and we're going to go to the nurse's office and start having our procedures done. There are steps, and there are doctors, and there are multiple doctors that you fucking have to go through to make this stuff happen. And yes, while you're maybe 50, 60 years old and you go to your doc and you say blah, 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 and they test your levels and they're low and they give you a shot once, it's still not the same thing as what they're going to be doing, because they're not going to be aiming for make sure you hit the median, or, you're within the parameters.
Oh no, they're gonna want you all the way up.
They're gonna try to max you out, and throwing somebody who's already in a bad situation, and then throwing that testosterone to a max level is going to cause so many problems. So many problems. Like, all the emotions and the anger and the frustration and the everything of being a teenager in an adult body with military weapons and a place they can't control.
Yep.
But it sounds like that sounds. I'm pretty sure that's. Yep, the recipe for disaster right there.
Pretty much.
I can't even
Well, and it's the other thing too is like Jesse Waters being like, women need to look out. We're gonna be all hopped up and ready to look or looking around, and it's like, oh my god, there's that too.
Statistically, when you start dumping a lot of testosterone, the aim isn't females.
Oh, yeah, I guess at that point it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just a more.
I mean, you think about like prison rules, a hole's a hole, but you also think about domination factors.
Power. Yep. They're gonna get more off on the. Yeah, I get it now.
So yeah, Jesse, dream away in your little wet fantasy of being that power bottom you want to be. What's actually gonna happen is, man, I'm on it today. I'm sorry. I just can't handle it all. Like,
you're fine. I mean, it's just so fucked up. Like, goddamn.
And then, okay, then you add in this sidebar, but not a sidebar. The way JD Vance said that, and then you get Joe Biden eating ice cream, all sexy.
What?
JD did an interview with Joe Rogan, which you need to catch because,
I'm gonna have to watch that. Maybe I will tomorrow while I'm working.
Yeah, I'm not an advocate for anybody ever watching Joe Rogan, but catch the clips because he gives away a lot of dirt, and he definitely admits to them fucking up a bunch of shit, especially with the Epstein files and stuff. But he made a comment about the way they shot Joe Biden eating ice cream, and he didn't say provocatively. And I'm like, what about an 80-year-old man eating ice cream is sexy or provocative to you? Like, you clearly have some underlying things you need to deal with too. Maybe you and Jesse Waters can talk about what it looks like when men drink out of straws. Like, this is your obsession. I have never heard a bunch of women in the world ever being like, watch that guy use that straw. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so hot. Never. Nothing. Never. If anything, they're all like, what is he doing? He's about to stick that shit up his nose. Watch. He's trying to be
Mm-hmm.
cool. He's going to miss. Oh, right up the nose.
Well,
Like,
yep.
there's ever been a conversation about a woman in a straw and a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, one,
that's
they don't
weird.
give a fuck. No one notices as much.
No.
No one notices as much about dudes being gay and all that stuff and, like, all the things that that group of people consider gay as much as each other. No one else gives a flying shit. No one else.
We just want them out of the closet. Not because we want to make fun of them, just because they'll be happier people.
Like,
and then maybe less likely to try to off
take
us
over
at
the
any given
country
moment.
or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I feel like it's I don't know. Like they're just the stupidest of the stupid, but also it's just now we're getting dangerous because we're going to fuck up people's hormones. And then the other thing too is like they get so high that they start dumping, because that actually happened with my spouse because he's on replacement therapy because he legitimately had blood work done. But it's like he got to a point where it was like too much. Like I think he probably needed to go to every other week instead of every week or whatever.
I just lower
But
the
like,
dose usually.
Yeah, his doctor told him what to do. I didn't. He's like, does that sound right? I'm like, sure, whatever. Whatever the doctor told you to do is fine. But
Yeah.
like,
So typically it only lives it only lives in your system at a peak point for about a week. So if you're supplementing, you want to typically do it on a week schedule, and you want to do it at the same time. If your levels are too high, that doesn't mean move it to 2 weeks, because then that's when you cause the peaks and the problems that cause all the hearts and the other things going on. You want to keep it maintenance. So if you're going to do it on a Tuesday every week, you do it on a Tuesday every week. If it's too high, then you lower the dose. Typically.
Yeah, he may have just done whatever he wants to do, because that's the hell I live in. He just does whatever, and regardless of what any professional tells him to do.
Yeah, but if he has high mood swings, and then that would be explanatory.
He has. Yeah, that. Yeah.
So
big time problems with that. That's part of our problem, I think, but that's okay.
And I'm not saying like. Think about that's why I use the excuse of the example as a 13-year-old boy, because you think about, or even a 16-year-old boy, like the amount of buff shoulders, machismo, I can do everything better than you, I'm gonna race my car, I'm gonna do anything I want, and you can't tell me what to do, like that whole mentality, or like I'm gonna jump off the roof because I can jump off the roof higher than you because I can one up you, like that whole mentality. It's going to be like that, but it's going to go in peaks.
So I think my freaking screen is frozen, by the way.
You are frozen. I was just going to let it happen because you looked really Oh, there goes.
No, I literally am not. I'm starting to get tired though, but
we could be whenever.
Yeah. I mean, we might have to be soon, but it's just I feel like they're going to end up killing people by mistake, especially because either one of two things is going to happen. There's going to be more aggression, or it's going to be that they're going to attack. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be, in other words, women are going to defend themselves if that's part of it too. So it's one of those where I feel like for no return on your investment, all risk, not a single fucking reward. Like, why, as a taxpayer, would I want to pay for that?
No.
Yeah, we're just going balls to the wall, like, for no reason. We're just trialing shit and just hoping it flies. Like, it just for what? And we're not listening to anybody that has any kind of medical degree, because as soon as anything medical happens, RFK is going to leave that room immediately.
I need to
Remember when that dude hit the floor?
I need to get a stuffed raccoon for this office space for what?
Yes. No, we need to add it to the background thing.
Oh, I can.
The background picture.
I can do that. I'll add one of them.
But you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like they're just picking shit and just and it's not even smart shit. You're just winging it with weird shit. I don't understand.
Flinging shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah, it's a disaster. It really is, and it's honestly.
And they're just spending so much money, which is why it's like it's just the corruption is corrupting. It's layers of corruption anymore.
And then no one cares.
I know. It's just, oh. I mean, I don't know what, at this point, I don't know what the average citizen has left to really do because they don't appear to give a fuck. But, it's just, I don't know. I think we have to think of something because, I mean, kicking him in the finances didn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Well, not
Strike
enough people
didn't do
did it.
much.
Like
Yeah.
there's too many people who's literally on their
Yeah.
last thread that they can't even afford to do that,
I
and
know.
everything's
And
tied
that's
into
the
a
shame.
yeah. I tell
I
you,
mean,
it's gonna have to
yeah.
be something big. What's gonna have to happen is there's gonna have to be like forced, not people going to work. And I've said this before, like we're gonna have to coordinate people, truck drivers, when gas goes up to whatever and everything gets up, then they're gonna
Hmm.
have to block like e-way ramps and force it so people can't get in and out of cities to go into work. And that's the only way that anyone's gonna stop anything is to make it so that it's impossible. Hackers
Yeah.
turning stoplights all red. I don't know, cutting off power. Like it's gonna have to be something big for people to not do
Yeah.
the thing.
Well, and I'm hoping that at some point, like, in a way, my one hope is that it happens and JD realizes that he can keep doubling down, but that really wouldn't be prudent of him,
What?
and he steers the ship a little bit more to the center. But I just don't see him being owned by PETA and allowing that to happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's where my fear is that PETA or whatever tech bro is going to call in favors because he's owned by them. And, it's one of those where, but I'm also hoping that they can see the writing on the wall because I don't think JD has been in the room for much of, if any, of the decision making. I think they've excluded him because they think he's the mole. He could also be the mole. It could be. I think he is. But it's just one of those things that they've excluded him so much that he doesn't really have access. You know what I mean? Where, and
Yeah,
that's partly why I think PETA left, was because JD isn't able to get into the rooms and spaces and places to do what PETA wants him to do. So,
yeah. No, I don't know if PETA's even in it anymore because he's left.
hmm I mean, I don't know. He can still call in favors from Argentina.
Yeah, I just don't know if it matters.
Yeah, that's true.
If he's not like up his ass and telling them what to do or whatever.
I was also going to say that JD's last child was born on Barbo's Basket Day.
I did see that too.
That's going to suck for that child. I know my astrology is also a fucking basket. It sucks. Different shaped basket, but it sucks. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, it's like I think the wisest thing that Vance could possibly do if he was going to salvage any kind of political career, and don't think that, I think Usha probably is wise enough to tell him to do this, is to come more to the center, because then he can save. We would have a chance to blame everything on Trump, to put things into place to assess the damage done. You know what I mean? It just all depends on how he wanted to play it. Do I think he's going to stick with the Heritage Bros? Probably, and he's probably it's going to blow up in his face. But part of me does hope that he's smart enough to realize that his way to shine would be to come back to the center.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get a good read on him. I don't know if he.
Nobody can.
Yeah, like
he's
that's
a
the
he's a
problem.
weirdo. He's a shapeshifter. That's why you can't really feel him.
Yeah, he's just so weird.
He's
Like,
a slippery fucking weirdo. Plus, he's from here, and God, people from Cincinnati are weird. And I say that as somebody who was born and raised here. It's a weird place. It's a very weird city.
yeah. No, I mean, I agree with you. It's a very weird city. It's a very weird place to be. It's um I'm not 100% sure, like, whatever. I don't even know what to, like, I don't even know if I wanted to even just blame it on Cincinnati in general as much as
We've produced some of the worst. It's really okay. I mean, I anymore I'm just like like I love that certain parts of being from here, but god damn. I don't love the political I don't love who like Erica Kirk and JD Vance. Like goddamn, that's a list right there. I mean Jerry Springer too, but kind of. I mean he considered Cincinnati his home. He was born in London, but whatever. And then
yeah, but I mean, like,
Charles Manson. It's not a good list. Russell Wilson.
yeah, no, I mean, you're not wrong. It's not a great list, but
It's not a great list to me, but it's just
oh, not even you. I mean, listen, all the other ones. I mean, you
I
had me at
know.
Erica.
No, I mean,
Erica and
I'm-
JD, honestly. But I mean, you keep going with
Yeah.
that list. But I don't know. There's something about. I know he's a shapeshifter, but there's something about JD that
Oh, I'm really frozen. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I really am just convinced. I don't know, like, because he's married to Usha, so like, I'm not 100% convinced that he is.
JD was probably bullied really extensively.
Oh, I'm sure,
And that
'cause
makes
he
me
was a-
think, yeah, that makes me feel like he probably just fits in with the Republicans and he's going to run with them. But I think he really is a never Trump guy. I think he also saw an opportunity and he took it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. He's his family. His family was relatively wealthy, but we're talking about being like relatively wealthy in one of the poorest areas of the country. So it's not it's not saying a lot.
It's not.
It's
the
really
flex you
not.
think it is.
It's really not. So it's one of those where it's like, I don't know that his options were. He was one of the first ones out of that area, and that just says a lot right there of how. I mean, most people from Appalachia got out of there eons before his family did. There's got to be a reason, and it might be monetary. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not. It's just, yeah, it's really. I do. Part of me does understand his plight in the sense that like his mom, his family not great. I mean, his grandparents seem like okay people, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, he met Usha in Connecticut, in Yale. So I think they're intellectual equals. I think a lot of times people assume, that relationships are always just physical. I don't know that he and Usha have that type. It's like Bill and Hillary Clinton. She's never going to leave him. They're intellectual equals. They are both attracted to intellect. That's what that is. That's what that is all day long. I would not be surprised if JD and Usha are the same. And that's partially why I think he can do whatever with whomever, because she doesn't really care. They're intellectually equal. That's what I truly think it is. Because he's smart. If you're coming from Middletown, Ohio is an industrial, if not like blue collar all day type of city. It's kind of like a heroin and crack situation up there. But it's one of those where it's poor, even by Cincinnati standards is poor. And it's one of those where it's like he met Usha and they both were on the same page intellectually. And she came from stability. You know what I mean? She gives him something that he's never had access to.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're talking about a poor kid whose mom is a drug addict. You know what I mean?
Which makes me, yeah, the money's important, but it makes me think that if he was passed around and his mom was a drug addict and he's looking for that, like, that would be more of a, a save me relationship than it would be an intellectual.
Could be. It could be that she provides that security, or it could be that she helps ground him. It doesn't necessarily have to be intellectuals. I was
Yeah.
just using Bill and Hillary Clinton because it's a pretty straightforward type of a situation to me. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both so smart.
Yeah, no, I definitely can see that with them. No, I meant like the whole racism thing in the Usha, and like I don't think he fits what they.
I don't think he does either. I don't think he really cares. I think,
But it
he's
makes
just
me
fits
makes
in.
me wonder like about Marco Rubio too. Like, are there multiple
I think it's
people
the
who are
same
in on
thing.
it?
Yeah. Because like here's my thing too, like with Marco and him, they're good friends. That tells me right there that they're both kind of like, yeah, we don't really like this, but we're having to hitch our fucking shit to this, because he likes to poke fun at Marco all the time. Like neither of them. Marco, I think it's disgusting what he said at the ICC. But I also think that Marco is playing a role as much as he can, and
Yeah.
Marco knows that. Yeah,
That's why Marco
Marco's-
always looks like he's dying.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
he's like,
JD feels the same, but I don't think he can. I think he can play it off facial wise, where Marco, it's all over his face. God damn.
because JD has less to do.
Yeah.
Like Marco has a role he has to play regularly, so he has to put that think about like the way we feel at the end of the day and like the masking and the ADHD and autism thing. He has to put that mask on all the time because he's in front of all the people, that false mask. And JD gets to go home and do whatever the fuck he wants, and like go on vacations to here and there and do other things where he doesn't have to be on all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Marco just looks like his soul is dead. Like he looks like he looks like he's sold his soul and he knows it, and he's just trying his best to survive.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But where JD, I mean, you don't see him as much, but he's probably just like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like JD is legitimately, he and Marco are probably the smartest in that room, to be completely honest.
Probably.
It's not saying a ton.
Yeah.
It's not saying a whole lot, but the other thing too that I do have to say, like, I do kind of give JD a little bit more respect than some of the others, and Marco to an extent, because I could see him being the same way, is like on both sides of the aisle. Like every time somebody has asked a sitting senator or a representative or anybody about how they felt being treated by various members of the regime, everybody has said that JD Vance was always super appropriate and super respectful, and you know what I mean, like, and same with Marco Rubio. And it's like that gives me a little bit, I know it sounds like horrible, a little slight glimmer of hope compared to what the dumpster fire is like, because it's just to have even a president that can speak in a respectful manner would be an upgrade at this point.
Right.
It's just that's how far the bar is, literally in hell's sub-basement, like to the left down the stairs. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
No, you're not. You're not wrong. We're in a horrible, like the 7 layers of hell, and that's the person who represents all of them. That's who we decided to be the president.
Yes, exactly. Like, I mean, the fact that even we could have a president that I could completely hate politically and policy wise, but at least he's not insulting people on Twitter is an upgrade.
Like, I never thought there'd be a day where I'd be like, yep, just bring back George Bush.
Yes, please. What's he up to these days? Like, his daughter's doing great work on GMA. We gotta find something. Like, Jeezel Pete's.
He's slipping Michelle Obama candy every time you see him.
know.
It can't be that bad. But
Right.
yeah, it's like, can we just... He may be a moron, bring him back. I don't care.
Yeah, at least the free world isn't gonna hate us.
No promises there. I mean, I don't want any old guys either, but, whatever. That's another conversation.
I mean, even with cancer, what's Joe Biden doing? Or Hunter? Shit, I trust Hunter before anybody else.
Oh my God, you're not wrong. Like, I really...
I really like Hunter now. He's actually a really good guy.
He's grown on me quite a bit in the last whatever.
I feel so bad for him that all that happened and they drug him under the bus and all that shit, and it's right after his brother died. I'm like, God damn.
Well, I love how he says something like, and then you threw all my shit out there in public, like literally all my nudity. Like he has such a good sense of humor about it. Which I mean, you have to laugh about it or you'd cry, I guess is the saying.
Yeah.
But seriously, like he's just, whatever. I fucked up. You know what it says? Yeah, the one line, like, you know what it says about me that they found my laptop, that I was a fucking crackhead and I sold my goddamn laptop. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
you're missing. Here's the point. You're missing it, guys. Like you didn't prove anything.
Pretty much.
But
I mean, he's not wrong.
But your buddy did when he released those files that said that the election was stolen
by Russia for him.
Right. And they even go into like the stuff where the Lev Parnas stuff was in it and shit. Like all of it was in the Mueller report, which basically is what they released. So, good job, guys. Thanks a lot.
You really showed us.
I was, yeah. Dumbasses, for real.
I know.
It hurts my soul.
I know. Well, we could sit here and shoot this shit all night.
Yeah,
but
we could. Yeah, I gotta get up.
Yeah, I gotta get up in the morning because I still have to go to work. I just can go to work in my pajamas, kind of. I think I have to attend a video meeting, so maybe not. But whatever.
Personally recommend just taking a shower and getting your morning routine done because it helps you at least mentally function for the day. I can't work in my pajamas. When I work from home, I literally dress every day. Even if I don't have calls, I shower and put on real people clothes and shoes. Yeah. I mean, I have house shoes. They're actual shoes that I only wear in the house. Not big 90, but yeah. Because if I take my shoes off, I'm done for the night. It's that whole ADHD thing.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go with the kid, but like I can't.
For the most part.
I was like, I can bring her here. I can just set her up in the office. And they're like, no. It's like, okay, all right, that's fair. They're like, you have a laptop. They're your laptop, right? I'm like, yeah. There you go. You're gonna work from home. Like, oh, okay, cool.
It's a good perk when you got kids. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna. But I'm still learning the job, which is why it's like if I had been doing this for a while, it'd be fine. But I'm still learning how to do it, so I'm like,
I mean, on the plus side, you don't work that far away. If you need to go in for a couple hours, you can take her for a couple hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Too, if it came down to that, it's not like you're she's not familiar, and two, it's not like it's like a 2-hour drive where you got to worry about that shit too. So you can make it work wherever you can, however you can.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's just one of those that it just sucks when because we pretty much only have daycare. We don't really have family that can help us, so that's why it's like if our daycare is off, we're screwed. Like that's that, and we're done. So, but
if it wouldn't be creepy to say I'd drive down there and bring her back here for a couple days, but that just sounds creepy. And
yeah, it's okay.
You get it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand, but it's just one of those where I don't know. I feel bad for my daycare because it sounds like they have a freaking spring running under their house. So
yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not. When she told me it was coming up through the floor, I was like, oof, that's really not good. So I don't know.
I get you.
Yep. So. All right, everybody. Well, it's been real.
We'll chat at you later, and
yep. See you next
time.
All right. Bye.